Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Boston Red Sox versus the Seattle Mariners, Game 3 in the set. First pitch will be here in about 10 minutes. Let's go over the thumb as well as the photos and the starting lineups. Obviously, had to hit you with Masataka Yoshida and Julio Rodriguez. Both guys will have big days today, and hopefully not too much of a big day for Yoshida. Let's get into these starting lineups. Leading off for the Red Sox, left fielder Jarren Duran. Batting second for Boston, right fielder Alex Verdugo. Batting third, DHing for the Red Sox tonight, Masataka Yoshida. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, third baseman Rafael Devers. Batting fifth, center fielder Adam Duvall. Batting sixth, first baseman Triston Casas. Batting seventh, second baseman Christian Arroyo. Batting eighth, catching for Boston this afternoon, Connor Wong. And batting ninth, playing shortstop for the Red Sox, Yu Chang. And on the mound for the Red Sox this afternoon, Kutter Crawford. 5-5 record with a 3.86 ERA. Let's go, baby. Let's get into the Mariners starting lineup. All right, leading off for the Mariners, playing shortstop for Seattle, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting third, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Batting cleanup and fourth, DHing for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting fifth, first baseman, Ty France. Batting sixth, playing right field, Teoscar Hernandez. Batting seventh, playing left field, Dominic Canzone. Batting eighth, playing catcher for Seattle this afternoon, Tom Murphy. And batting ninth, second baseman, Dylan Moore. And on the mound for the Mariners, Logan Gilbert. Let's go. Just a few weeks ago, he was 5-5. Now 9-5 with a 3.83 ERA. And I'm so thankful that we did not trade him away at the deadline. Let's go, Mariners. And we're going to get started here just in about 5 or 6 minutes. Hope everyone is doing well. For everyone that's watching on YouTube or watching on Twitter, shout out. And Elliot in the building, what's good? I already know Sarah is working, and when they end up having these early starts, you know, some of our regulars are at work or they have other things going on, but hopefully we'll get a few people to kind of come through to watch the game with me as well. And, you know, anyone that can help out, obviously, if they're going to be here for the stream would be greatly appreciated. How are you doing, Elliot? What's good? I was actually going to take a peek at your game, and yes, you're up 3-0 still against Colorado Rockies. There we go. So we got Houston 3, Cleveland 2 in the bottom of the 8th with runners on the corners with 2 outs. We got the Padres firmly in control on the road against the Rockies, up 3-0. That's good for you, Elliot. And then we had a final of the Braves 12, Angels 5. No surprise there. The Braves are the best team in baseball, hands down. And then we got the Washington Nats beating the Brew Crew 3-2. And then we got many games that are going to be on, obviously, after this one. We got Philly and Miami, Tampa Bay and New York. Baltimore and Toronto is intriguing. And then we have, White Sox in Texas, Cubs in Cincinnati, Arizona and San Francisco. And then the last game of the night will be Oakland A's versus the Dodgers. And the Dodgers should be able to take control. I'm doing good, man. I'm glad that you're here. Like I said, I already know a lot of times when I end up doing a stream, for baseball and it ends up being early, it's going to be sometimes hit or miss. Sometimes we actually get a pretty good turnout, and other times, people are busy. But like I said, regardless of who shows up, if I get donos or I don't, if I get subs or I don't, I'm still going to grind it out. I'm working 7 days a week. And on the bright side, we got football tomorrow, baby. So we'll be doing that. And we got Shohei Ohtani and the Angels going against the Mariners tomorrow, which will be exciting. So I'll do the NFL Hall of Fame game, but I will be giving updates with the Mariner game as well versus Shohei Ohtani. So I'll be watching both things at the same damn time. Nice. So his shoulder isn't that bad then. That's good to hear. I always liked him. Very, very underrated. Ah, nice. Juan Soto getting locked and loaded. Third home run in 2 games. That's good to hear, bro. Good to hear. Awesome. All right, we're about to get started here in just a moment. And again, pitching for the Mariners, Logan Gilbert. And like I said, he started off the season okay, pretty good record. Then he went on a skid. And I think he lost his confidence, seeing all these other guys kind of doing better than him. Woo, George Kirby, Castillo, Bryce Miller. And I think he lost himself. I think he kind of, stopped having fun, and then now he got some run support. He got some confidence, had a complete game, starting to believe in himself again. And it shows to go from like 4-5, 5-5. And now the guy's 9-5 and has one of the best records for the Mariners. So sometimes, it's a long, long season and we can't be too critical. Obviously, as a fan, we have to be critical. When guys are doing good, I'm going to let you know. When guys are doing shitty, I'm going to let you know. But I'm not going to sugarcoat shit just for guys that are on my team or players that I represent. I'm not going to give Julio Rodriguez a free pass just because he's my favorite player and he's on the Mariners. If he's struggling and he's chasing and he's doing shitty and he's not, got a good batting average based off, the player that he is, and his RBIs are down and his home runs are down, he's striking out too much, I got to call it out, right? That's what you got to do. And that's what gives me credibility on this channel, not just sugarcoating shit for my guys and then criticizing all of your guys and all of your favorite players and favorite teams. Big facts. So hopefully we end up getting off to a good start. And the magic number for the Mariners today is 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, 5 runs. So if we get to 5, really good chance we're going to win. If we don't get to 5, really good chance that we may lose. Starting off for the Red Sox here momentarily, leading off left fielder Jarren Duran. Batting second, right fielder Alex Verdugo. And batting third, you already know what it is, DHing for Boston, Masataka Yoshida. They have a lot of good hitters. Their record is pretty good. They're 57-50, but I feel like a lot of people think that Boston right now is like 50-57. They think they're under 500. No. They are above 500. The pitching is a little shaky with a lot of teams, right? And the hitting is fantastic. So hopefully we can match their bats today. And it really starts off at the first 4 in the lineup: Duran, Verdugo, Yoshida, Devers. So if we can minimize, the damage between those first 4 guys, I'll take my chances with Duvall. Casas has been very, very good in this series, and he's a good underrated player. Arroyo, Wong, Chang, so we'll see where it goes. But there's really only, I think, maybe 4 or 5 guys in the lineup that I kind of fear, and it's Duran, Verdugo, Yoshida, Devers, and then Casas. Everyone else, I think we're good to go. So, but happy Wednesday, y'all. And we actually have 1 day away from NFL football, baby. Oh, man, I can't wait. Even if it's preseason, it don't matter. It don't matter. Kim leads the team. I'm telling you, these Asian players that are from Japan and beyond, they're a lot better than people think. You get the Chinese players, the Korean players, the Japanese players. Back in my day when I was growing up and I was young, it was just like all they can be is pitchers. Hideo Nomo. They're not going to be able to be a positional player. Then here comes Ichiro. Here comes Hideki Matsui. Here comes Shohei Ohtani. And then now you get these other guys, like Ha-Seong Kim, right? Like guys like Masataka Yoshida, where they kind of came out of nowhere. Seiya Suzuki on the Cubs, and it's really cool to see the Asian representation. And it's not like they're just getting in, to be like the diversity factor, and then they're just bringing in the Asian guys. A lot of them are actually very good role players. And hell, let's look at baseball right now. You got a Japanese, full-blown Japanese player that is literally the left-handed version of Aaron Judge, but better because he can pitch. Literally, he's the best player in baseball, and he's from Japan. Pretty fucking wild considering, I'm half Japanese. Lots of pride, obviously, with the Japanese players doing their thing. And I really am proud of Kim and what he's been able to do as well for your team. Sauer in the building. He's at work. He's just trying to sneak and watch the stream and watch the game. What's good, brother? How are you? We're going to get the win today. Let's get it. He said at work. I know some people are going to be doing that. We got Logan Gilbert on the mound. So this is the lineup here. So just to give you kind of a breakdown. I did the breakdown early on, but we're about to get first pitch here. But we got Logan Gilbert on the mound, 9-5 record with a 3.83 ERA. And then for the Red Sox, Kutter Crawford. What a fucking name. Kutter Crawford. Awesome. And he's 5-5 with a 3.86. So obviously we definitely have the better pitcher today. And I think we can get this dub. So, and the lineup is pretty good. Like I said, if you look at the lineup initially, you're like, I don't know if I really like Dylan Moore in the lineup, right? But we don't have Colton Wong anymore. We don't have AJ Pollock anymore. Dominic Canzone is pretty fucking good at offense and defense. And honestly, Dylan Moore's bat has been heating up as of late. So that might be the weakest link in the lineup. So we have one weak link in the lineup. Everything else looks pretty good. And who knows? Maybe Dylan Moore will homer today. Maybe he'll end up getting some base hits. So here we go. Popped up. Right there at the warning track, one away. Nothing for Jarren Duran. Elliot says that he looks like he took steroids in the offseason. I don't blame you. I did see pictures of him like last year or, previously and this year. You're right. Something he worked out. He really was working the dumbbells, the bench press, or something else, but I don't want to speculate. Next up, right fielder, Alex Verdugo. And I really like Verdugo a lot. He's very, unspoken. I feel that like he likes to swear a lot and he's real. And sometimes when they interview him, an F-bomb, and sometimes shit comes out, but he's not doing it on purpose to be a bad guy. Just really passionate about the game. I like Verdugo. Pitch is high, 2-0 count. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Marinez. Let's get it. Let's go, Logan. We need to see this energy and this fire. You were 4-5, 5-5, and look at you now, 9-5 with a 3.83 record. Pretty amazing. You got the second best record of any starting pitcher besides Bryce Miller. Nice job. It would have been Marco Gonzalez with a 4-1 record, but he's out for the year. So that's the guy that technically has the best record to the Mariners, 4-1, but he got hurt. And then it's Bryce Miller and then Logan Gilbert. If we could get Luis Castillo and George Kirby some fucking run support, their record could be much better than what it is. So, oh no, Musgrove. Give me an update on that. You know what? He will. And the guy Bliss that we got from, he used to be in the farm system with the Mariners. He actually was batting very, very good in AAA. And it sounds like they were really pissed, Diamondback fans, losing those two. They don't give a shit about Rojas because he's like a Colton Wong or a Jose Caballero. Sometimes good, but mostly underwhelming and not, living up to the standard of a pro ball player. Colton Wong, amazing on defense, but he can't hit. Jose, pretty good hitter, but he can't really defend. And then we got Rojas, who maybe slightly better than Colton Wong batting, but not much. So I don't think we're going to see a lot of him. But when we call up Bliss, right, remember we still got Harry Ford at catcher, obviously on the come up as well. He might take Cal or Murphy's spot in the future. And then we got this guy here that if we do get rid of Teoscar Hernandez at the end of the year, we can actually put Dom in right field or left field and swap between him and Jared Kelenic and Julio. So I actually think it will work out. He showed that he can play good defense. He's a rookie. He came up in AAA and had really good numbers. I did a lot of research, and I think he will be a staple of the Mariners starting lineup. So, and it's just a matter of, once we get rid of Teoscar, and then Dom will be our guy. So he will work out. I mean, he's not going to necessarily be an all-star, but I think he'll be a decent role player for us. And that's all we want, right? All the thighs. He did turn it around. He did. I was just about to talk to you about that. What is the ERA, bro? What is the ERA? I know he's been killing it. We got Yoshida in the box as a runner went to first. We're at top of the first. Runner at first, 1-1 count. We got to minimize the walks today. Okay. We have to minimize the walks. We already have one walk already. Okay. We cannot have 4 or 5 walks with Logan Gilbert. I mean, I guess we can if he has a lot of cheap ground outs and pop up, but we're not going to get 8 to 10 Ks out of Gilbert. The goal should be probably around 5 or 6 and a lot of cheap grounders, pop ups, whatever it takes, but minimize the walks and, just try to be clean. And hopefully we get good run support today. And the magic number is 5 runs. And like I said, I watch every single game, so I should know. So I got you, man. I am the Mariners source. I may not be employed by the Mariners yet or affiliated with them yet, but I feel that there needs to be someone that represents the Mariners the proper way, and your boy will do everything and anything to do that. Big swinging in this. There we go. Yoshida, who never strikes out. What the hell? We got a nice little K there by Logan Gilbert. There we go. Yeet. Let's go, baby. Mariner Moose out early. Let's go. Hopefully I can do this maybe 5 or 6 times a day. Now, if we end up getting Logan Gilbert to 8 Ks, it's almost an automatic win. We're going to get the run support. All right. But again, we have certain guys like Miller, Kirby, and Castillo, Woo, that can get to 8 to 10 Ks. Now Gilbert isn't really that pitcher anymore. Now it's going to be a little bit more like location, like George Kirby, but he's not as good at location as Kirby. So he's going to have to really use all of his skill set and his pitches, and he's got to get ahead in the count a lot to be able to get the dub today. A lot of 0-2 counts I'm hoping for, or 1-2 counts. Let's go. Woo, 250, 2.50, baby. Popped up. Another cheap one. There we go. That's exactly what I want to see. And the thing that scares me about Logan Gilbert is typically when people hit him, right? They hit deep. So it always makes me nervous when we see Logan Gilbert on the mound, because when people pop up, Julio is at the fucking wall almost every time, So luckily, we got great defense back there. But that's one thing that's a little alarming about Gilbert. When he pitches and people connect on him, it's never like, an infield, easy bloop or something that a shortstop or second baseman, nah. It goes all the way to the fucking warning track. And then you just got to pray, whether it be, Cade Marlowe for Kelenic or Teoscar or Dom or Julio, that they got to be not getting their eyes caught in the light and they end up playing good defense. Julio already active early with 2 outs. And here we go. Good start for the Mariners. We didn't give up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs in the first inning. Let's get it, baby. Leading off for the Mariners, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Batting second, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. And batting third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Like, one thing for the Mariners that would be dope is if they would let me do like the intros. Like I said, I feel like a lot of people, when they do the intros, for baseball and, like for basketball, they'll hype up the guys. You know what I mean? In football, you don't really have to do it because it's 11 on 11. But I feel like with the baseball side, we should be able to celebrate and give that energy back to the players, just like they used to do in the 90s for the NBA players, or, when they end up doing the introductions, the fireworks come out, it gets all dark, and you got a fire announcer giving the energy. That shit carries over into the game. Maybe one day for the Mariners. I mean, they obviously know who I am. You know what I mean? But would be an honor to be able to do something like that. All right, baby, let's go. We got nobody batting over 300. And I thought, you know what? God damn it, Mariners, you suck. You're, 230 as a team. But it made me put it in perspective. There is only 11 players in Major League Baseball going in to today that are batting over 300. Think about that. Only fucking 11. 7 in the American League, 4 in the National League. Out of all Major League Baseball players. Think about that for a second. So, if your team is sucking ass and not doing very good, or you don't have a 300 hitter, guess what? A lot of fucking teams don't. I love JP. And like I said, going from 200 to 220, now getting it up to like 250 to 270. Good shit. Popped up, one away. He'll get going. And obviously, we kind of, ride Uncle Mo and the momentum. We ride or die with JP and Julio. If you've noticed, when JP gets on early with a walk or a base hit, Julio typically does as well. When JP doesn't get on early in the first inning, or what happens? Julio usually doesn't either. They kind of are linked to the hip. When one guy does good, the other guy does. When one guy does shitty, so does the other. So hopefully they can pick it up within the first 5 innings, and we can get a couple hits out of those guys to fucking set the tone. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. You got this, baby. Popped up foul. And how about giving us something special today? How about one of these, Julio? Huh? How about one of these? Give me the trident, baby. Be electric. All right? Be electric. We know you can be. We know you could be a future Hall of Famer. Let's go. Julio popped up just like JP. Almost identical, same thing there. Oh, 3 guys converged to the out. No communication. They could have ran into each other. 2 away. Next up, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, baby. We like to see you get your bat going early and active, and we already know how good of a third baseman you are. You may not be Manny Machado or Nolan Arenado, but guess what? Suarez, I feel, is one of the top 10 third basemen in the league, and I'm happy that we have him. Let's go. Yeah, I'm always diving in the stats. So, like I said, I'm a stat and analytical guy. So, again, and I hope you get your basement fixed up there as well. But anything that Mariner fans need to know, I'm going to give them that info. Dino! Oh, wow. What a catch by that fan in the front row. Wow. With the mitt, too. Oh, he's getting daps from all his friends there. Nice. Then he got his dad with him about to take a picture on social. Woo, nice. Put him on the Mariners as a ball boy. Nice. Very cool. Let's go, baby. We're in the bottom of the first, 0-0, 0-2 count to Suarez. Right. And like I said, the NFL market, is kind of oversaturated. People think they know football, but a lot of people fucking don't. They just, just because you buy a T-shirt, a jersey, or go to a game doesn't mean you really know the dynamics, the, checkers and chess of football. Or if you just fucking play Madden, I play Madden, so I'm an expert, That's what you get. But with baseball, it definitely takes a lot more work. And to me, the statistics side is a lot more challenging. And it's harder to understand, but once you learn it and deep dive into it, I think that it is one of the coolest things to be able to understand and learn. Basketball, easy. Hockey, easy. Football, pretty easy. Baseball, a little bit more complicated, but once you understand, some of the dynamics, like shifting, double plays, triple plays, stealing home, just a lot of the intricacies of the game. It makes it special. And like I said, baseball to me is the hardest sport. Golf is very different, very, very difficult, with putting and obviously being able to drive. A lot of people can drive. Not a lot of people can putt. But think about how difficult it is to hit and defend and be a good pitcher. If you're an athlete, you can play basketball and you can score 10 points, 10 rebounds. If you're in football, you can get a touchdown. You can, what I'm saying? Like with certain athletes, you can be athletic, but in baseball, just being athletic doesn't cut it. You have to be athletic. You have to be smart, and you have to be uber talented. You have to have good eyes. You have to be able to see the ball, and you have to be able to defend and get guys out. So it's a lot more responsibility on the baseball side, and it's a lot easier to suck. Think about it. To be able to get paid really, really well in baseball, all you got to do is hit 3 out of 10 opportunities, 30%, or 300. right? But most guys can't. Most of them, it's 2 or 1 out of 10. Think about how different. It's not like guys are going 5 out of 10 and batting 500 or 7 out of 10 and batting 700. It's like we might have a rise, at the end, maybe getting close to 400, but that's a freak of nature. That's like an Ichiro clone. But we only got 11 guys batting over 300. Think about that for a second. Big facts. But I do appreciate the baseball stats too. Big facts. All right, let's get into the Boston lineup here as we go to the end of the first. All right, next up, center fielder Adam Duvall. Batting second, first baseman Triston Casas. He's dangerous. We got to watch out for him. And batting third this inning, second baseman Christian Arroyo. Go Hams. Go baby. One, two count. Let's go, baby. .57-50 record for the Red Sox. 55-52. I mean, we typically don't, get above 3 or 4 games above 500. But with that loss last night, it hurt a little bit. But that best record that we've had pretty much was when we were 55-51. But we dropped that game last night. So hopefully we can get 4 games above 500 and keep that momentum going. Let's go, Gilbert. You know what? And I called it, bro. I got the ESP, but what did I tell you? I told you as soon as you went with your friends, your life was going to change. And it's one thing to be able to watch a sport from afar, NASCAR, baseball, basketball, football. Football is easy to watch for anyone at home or in person, college or NFL. Wrestling also very easy to watch, right? Regardless if you're a hardcore fan or just an occasional fan, right? But for like baseball, basketball, NASCAR, it takes a little bit more. And then once you actually go to a game, you realize that baseball in person to me is even better than basketball in person. Like it's really fun, man. Like I said, it's the whole camaraderie. It's the food, the beer, the friends, the conversations, trying to get a foul ball, making memories. That's really what it's about. And I'm really happy that you decided to go. And I think it's changed your life forever because I think you're going to follow baseball like me now with the same type of intent and focus for the rest of your life. So that way, when it's not football season, you can't watch the Saints. At least we have something to go to with the Mariners and the Padres, moving forward. And it'll keep us healthy, give us that good mental health while we're waiting for football to come back, which is tomorrow, baby. Let's go. And I'm going to do a lot of Saints preseason and a lot of Saints games. We're going to get a bunch of those fans to come back and watch me be able to talk fairly about the Saints. Pitch in the zone for a strike, but call the ball. Uh-oh. Exactly. Well, it just depends on the type of hitter. Are you getting a leadoff hitter like Arise, who's a great contact hitter like an Ichiro, or are you getting a guy like Schwarber or like trying to think of other guys, that are kind of like in that same boat. So guys that are, like Vogelback, and certain guys where you're going to get guys that, or Mike Ford for the Mariners, guys that are bigger bodied guys, that normally are DHs or maybe cleanup hitters, but it's really, they're going to strike out or they're going to hit a home run. There's not a lot of singles, doubles, and triples. And if they do get a single, it's by accident because they swung too early or too late and they ended up getting like a bloop single or, got contact but didn't hit the sweet spot of the bat. But you're very right, man. Like I said, there's totally different types of hitters, and obviously you can tell the intelligence of the hitters as well with the guys that have the higher batting averages and also who's more patient in the box. A lot of the bigger guys like Schwarber, not patient. Mike Ford, Vogelback, Carlos Santana, not a lot of patience, but with like Ichiro, Arise, and guys that are usually batting in the 1 or 2 hole, lots of patience. And sometimes you can see the guys that have watched film and the guys that haven't. Big facts. 1-1 pitch. Pitch is inside. 2-1 count. Oh, they gave him the strike. Ooh, 1-2 count. Nobody was excited. A lot of Saints fans boycotted. Like they couldn't handle having one bad year, and then they just lost it. It's like think about like the Bucks and the fucking Falcons and the Panthers. Usually every year is a shitty year for the most part, besides as of recently with my Bucks. But it's like normally you're winning, 10 games or more. You have a bad experiment with Jameis Winston, and it's like everyone gave up on the team. But they're going to be back. And like I said, you only had one bad year, and now you're going to end up winning 10 to 13 games, at least for the next couple years until the Bucks get, hopefully, Caleb Williams or Drake May, and then I'll be able to compete with you. And then the Panthers and Falcons are slowly but steadily getting better, but still, it should be the Saints division to win the next 2 years. But if I do get Caleb Williams and we figure out the coaching staff, figure out a nice blend of vets and rookies, guys that we keep, guys that we let go, I definitely think that we'll be able to compete with you guys in a couple of years. But for now, it'll be your guys' division to lose. So, yeah. But you already know he's kind of broken. So, and he doesn't have Drew Brees anymore. Now, it's an upgrade from Jameis, but you can never anticipate Michael Thomas ever putting up numbers like he did before because Drew Brees is not there, right? Even though Carr is pretty good, but he's no Drew Brees, right? So there could be some chemistry. But let's be honest. If Michael Thomas never plays good for the Saints ever again, who cares? You got Chris Olave. So, you know what I mean? Olave is younger. He doesn't have injuries, and he can be the number one. So, of course, it would be great if you have both. But I think a lot of fans now are starting to realize that maybe Michael Thomas is damaged goods, can't guard Mike, and maybe he just can't stay, injury free. And that's okay. Sometimes you got to be able to just be honest with yourself that some people hold on to name recognition year in, year out, even though it's been a few years since he's been good. And the NFL is a what have you done for me type of league, right? What have you done for me lately? And if you haven't done anything lately, the people start to kind of forget about you or doubt you. So, I hope that he can get healthy there, but it just seems like him and the athletic trainers and the people that take care of his body and the people that are feeding into his ear, he doesn't have the right people in his ear. And again, there was a little bit of a squabble. Do I get surgery? Do I don't get surgery? And it just seems like the body is broken down a little bit. I'm not saying Michael Thomas is Greg Oden, but it's not looking too good for Michael Thomas. But I hope that he does well, even though I'm a Bucks fan. Let's go, baby. Ooh, that's a nice King Felix bobblehead. All right, we're in the bottom of the second. 0-0. We're still knotted up. Cal Raleigh in the box. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, big dumper. Bottom of the second, 0-2 count to Raleigh. Season versus the Red Sox, believe it or not, Raleigh's batting .412. Against the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, he owns them. So I'm hoping that we can end up getting a little bit of magic for our boy, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. We need hits and we need runs early and often. And I don't know how long you're going to be able to stay in the chat, Elliot, with the people there to fix the basement with your drain. But if you could help me out with the donos, I don't really know what we're going to get for people or for donos, but if you could help with that, if you're going to be able to be in here for a bit, that would definitely be appreciated. One-two pitch is high and outside, 2-2 count. But definitely very excited for NFL preseason tomorrow, even if it's backups, Jets and Browns. And then we also have Shohei Ohtani going against the Mariners tomorrow on the mound. So it'll be a fun day tomorrow for sure. Let's go, Cal. Full count. Crawford. Chopper towards first. Flip. One away. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman, Ty France. All right, no worries, bro. Let's go, baby. 255 average, 7 homers, 40 ribbies, 3 for 4 last night for Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Chop foul. 0-1 count. Let's go, baby. Season versus the Red Sox. Ty France is batting 304. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count. There we go. Let them know. Hopefully, we can get some people to support. I know the support will be much heavier on the NFL side rather than anything else. But again, it's like, NFL season is only really from August until February. You want to be able to try to get supported from, February until August. You can't be getting support from, the fall for football and then the limited support of the rest of the year. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is high, 2-2 count. Appreciate you, Elliot. Means a lot, bro. I mean, there's a reason why you're the youngest mod on the channel. Count is full for Ty France. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Nice K from Cutter Crawford there. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. I highly doubt that Teoscar will be on the team at the end of the year. I'm pretty sure we're going to let him go. So it shows you Dipoto is an idiot. He brought in Colton Wong, AJ Pollock, and Teoscar, and in literally 1 year, right, we're not going to have any of them on the team. Like, what was the point of bringing those guys in? We definitely need to get someone that knows how to evaluate talent a little bit better. But at least we have good pitching, but we need to get the hitting to match. Come on, Teo. 1-1 pitch. On the corner for a strike. 1-2 count. And you know what? At first, I hated Colton Wong. Then I started to like him, and then I started to kind of defend him a little bit, over Jose Caballero, because I kind of noticed that, Wong would find his way to be able to get on first either by walk or hit by pitch. And whatever way you get on first, I don't care. But obviously, the guy can't hit. So no more Colton Wong. But I hope that, he finds a home. And it sounds like, maybe the Yankees or the Red Sox, someone will pick him up, I just hope that he can work on his hitting so that way he doesn't end up out of the league sooner than he deserves. We tried, man. But hell, if you're only batting like 100 to 150 all year, that's only going to get you so far. But I do like his defense, though. So that's one thing I can give a little love. I do like Colton Wong's defense. He was pretty fucking good. Better than Jose Caballero, in my opinion. And now we got Rojas, and I don't really know what kind of defender he's going to be. Probably a little bit under Wong and maybe slightly better than Jose, but he can't really hit either. So, but the Rojas was just kind of like an extra piece thrown in. Really, it was for Dom, Canzone, and Bliss. Those were the guys that we got for Seawald. So, yeah, maybe he'll come back. Just like Verlander. Sometimes, if you have a good place, You never know. Maybe he'll end up coming back, in the next couple years. Throw to first. Got him. Very, very slow start for the Mariners. End of the second inning. We're still at 0. All right, let's go to the top of the third. All right, leading off for the Red Sox in the top of the third, catcher Connor Wong. Batting second, 0 for 0, shortstop Yu Chang. And batting third, 0 for 1, left fielder Jarren Duran. It's crazy to see so many Asian players on Boston. They had Daisuke Matsuzaka, back in the day, but they don't really typically have too many. But you're starting to see a lot more of the Asian players sprinkled across the league. I love it, and I get it, man. I know how much you like to hit it far, throw it far, Jurickson Profar. Hopefully he ends up making his way back to San Diego. The Padres. Chargers should still be in San Diego as well. Should have never moved to Los Angeles. Stupid. But again, it's all about money. But I actually preferred when they were there in San Diego. Big facts. And we got to have Logan Gilbert keep it moving. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. All right. What do we got with Logan so far? So 2 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Not bad. And then let's take a quick look to see with the Red Sox with Cutter Crawford. Cool name. 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 earned runs, no walks, 2 Ks. It's almost identical stats, but we need to be able to find a way, to get this momentum going. Let's go, baby. Top of the third, 0-0. Pitches outside, 2-0 count. It's good, John. Don't know if we're going to end up winning this, but, we're definitely not a for sure playoff team. It's a very, very dark horse. Like we're talking a sliver of a chance, but any way that we can beat the Angels, the Red Sox, the Yankees to leapfrog them and then get closer to the Blue Jays, that'll, give us a very, very sliver of a chance. But do we deserve to make it this year? Absolutely not. And that's just me being real. Cardinals got the Twins at home today, right? That's a tough one. Nobody in that division is very good. It's usually the Twins or the Guardians, that are going to win the division, but that might be the shittiest division in baseball. Like someone's going to go to the playoffs out of that division, and you look at like the American League East. Everyone, including the Yankees in last place, is above 500. It's wild how baseball works out like that. Well, good luck today, man. Gilbert with another. Damn it, Gilbert. Jacob in the building. What's good? We got to minimize the walks, Logan. Come on, baby. Popped up. Teoscar. 1 away. Good job, Teo. 11 quality starts for Logan Gilbert this season. Top of the third, we're still knotted up at 0. Let's go, baby. Next up, left fielder Jarren Duran. Swings at the first pitch, and that's foul. Yeah, Duran is a good player. Boston's got a lot of guys that I feel that most fans in Major League Baseball have no idea who they are. Like everyone's gonna, for the most part, Rafael Devers is a pretty big name, but I don't think a lot of people know Tristan Casas or Masataka Yoshida. People know of Verdugo a little bit. I think Verdugo and Devers are the most like popular names, but Duran, Yoshida, Casas, those guys are just as good, if not better, in the stat line. Ooh, sweet Southern Heat barbecue. I might have to go get a bag. Me too. I like that he's real. You know what I mean? I think he's a good player, but I like that he swears and he's just real about it. He doesn't try to be like an asshole or try to come off as like uneducated idiot. I think that, a lot of really intelligent people swear, and sometimes they just lose themselves in an interview and, realize, oh shit, I'm on TV. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, and I've seen him do that a couple times, but he just seems like a really cool dude, based on everything that I've read and watched about him. Yeah, Duran does got some wheels. Agreed. And like I said, the big part of their lineup is going to be Duran, Verdugo, Yoshida, Devers, and Casas. So if we can figure out how to work around those guys, we might be able to get the dub here today. But again, we need run support. We need fucking 5 runs or more, 7 to 10 hits. If we don't get that, we're not going to win this game. Back, gone. Well, there it is. Big 2-run homer for left fielder Jarren Duran. They bring the electricity, and now we're down 2-0. Fuck my life. Next up, right fielder Alex Verdugo. Now, I like you, Alex, but I'm already down 2-0, so don't get any ideas. Nice homer there. Fuck. But it is Logan Gilbert, so am I surprised? No. All right, I need to bobble my baubles here. Griffey, Ichiro, Griffey, Dan Wilson, Randy Johnson. All right, all of them are bobbling now. We need some luck here. Got to get out of this inning now. Oh, for real, bro. Wrigley, Fenway, Yankee Stadium. There's a lot of places that would be phenomenal. Trust me, bro. If you went and visited me in Seattle, you'd be like, holy shit, dude, T-Mobile is fire. Like, it is one of the sweetest ballparks, bro. Like, you can go anywhere and find a good seat, and the layout is cool. The food is great. The drinks are good. The people are very friendly. It's just a really, really cool atmosphere, bro. And if you ended up going to a game with me, you probably would get a ball. I'm just saying. I mean, like I said, I usually know where to sit, and and a lot of times it's a little bit of maybe the sports gods and a little bit of luck. But again, I mean, to get 3 baseballs in like 7 games, that's kind of insane. And let alone having them be Kike Hernandez when he was on the Dodgers, Julio Rodriguez as a rookie, and Aaron Judge last year when he was on his 62 home run pace. I don't know how many people on planet Earth that could say something like that besides maybe me or Zach Hampel. So pretty cool. But it all started when I was young, when I went to Portland Beaver games where they were the Twins affiliate when I was a kid. And I snuck down to the front row. A guy hit a grand slam, and it was Terry Jorgensen. I yelled at him. He threw me up his batting gloves that he wore all season, and I got him in a Ziploc from 1992 sitting in my drawer still. And I ended up getting 2 foul balls in 92 when I was 10. So getting the 2 foul balls and spraining my ankle at 10 years old kind of led me to the point of, getting those Mariner balls. So now I have 5 baseballs, 2 AAA, 3 Mariners, and then obviously a set of batting gloves. I would say that's pretty good. Not many people are going to have that kind of luck. So, yeah, Wrigley looks dope. Busch is beautiful, but Wrigley at night, yeah. I mean, it's just about the history and all the players that played, before we were born, and just the whole ambiance and the camaraderie. It's like kind of like when I go to Eugene for Autzen, when I take Duck fans and I break them in and pop their cherry and I take them, I give them the full experience, the tailgating, the bar, Usually I can get some free stuff when I'm there. The walk up to be able to see the buildings, the stores, the mannequins with the old school Duck uniforms, and then walking up the steps, and then going all the way down to the front row behind the Duck bench, right in front of the cheerleaders, getting on TV, letting them wear my chain and my gloves, giving them the VIP experience. And I feel that, when you let someone have that experience, it's like once in a lifetime, and I feel if I ever got rich enough that I could end up doing that. Like, you want to go to a game with me? Let me show you how it's done. And I think people's lives have been changed for the people that I've taken, because some people haven't gone to a Duck game since, and most people don't get fucking front row. So, let alone get on TV and whatnot. So definitely a funny experience, that I like to be able to pass on with others. And the vibe in Austin is insane. Like, they always talk about, football being bigger in Texas and the SEC. Yeah, it's big. And it's big at Michigan, and it's big at fucking Ohio State. But if we're talking about the West Coast, it don't get any bigger than Oregon and USC. But USC obviously going to the Big Ten. And it sounds like the Big Ten is recruiting Oregon and Washington to join. So that way that the Pac-12 is garbage, and then it's going to be the Big Ten or Big 12, even though they already have a Big 12 already down with Texas and whatnot. So the Big Ten might consist more than 10 teams, and then the SEC. They're trying to compete with the SEC, so that way it's not fucking Alabama, Georgia, LSU every year, So it could be like Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, USC. So I see what they're trying to do. But I want to stay in the Pac-10, Pac-12, just because of the history with Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, Washington State. If UCLA and USC want to dip in Colorado, fuck them. Let them go. You know what I mean? But I like history. And I wish that they would have not went for the money, but I understand why they did. Especially USC. Hell, if they can go into the Big Ten and start beating Michigan and Ohio State on the regular, what do you think it's going to do for their recruiting? They're going to get back to the Pete Carroll days, and they might end up winning a natty, or at least getting the one. 2-1 pitch to Devers. All right, the damage is done. 2-0 Red Sox. Shep in the building. What's good, brother? I'm good. How are you? Are you at work right now, or are you off today? What's going on with you? And between you and Elliot, I don't know how long each of you guys can stay, but between the two of you, if you guys can help me out with the dono process, regardless if we get any or not, I would appreciate it. Sarah's working, so I doubt that we're going to see her come in here unless she gets off work early, or if she sneakily is watching the stream and working at the same time. So at this point, it doesn't look like it, but it's so early. We got to wait for the starting pitchers to go out. But I do think that we'll be able to bounce back and at least get caught up. But there's no guarantee that we win this game. I mean, Logan Gilbert has been good the last 4 or 5 starts. But again, it is Logan Gilbert we're talking about. So tough that we gave up that 2-run homer, but it is what it is. All right, let's go to the bottom of the third. All right, due up for the Mariners, one of the staples I feel long-term that we might have for a minute in the trade with the Paul Sewald. Left fielder, Dominic Canzone. And I think he'll go to right field after we let Teoscar go at the end of the year. And if it was Teoscar's, probably best interest, it would be probably going back to Toronto would be best for him. He can hit there. He can't hit here in Seattle. It's like leading the American League in strikeouts. We didn't sign up for that. We didn't sign up for that, Teo. You let us down. Leading off, left fielder, Dominic Canzone. Batting second, catching for Seattle, Tom Murphy. And batting third, second baseman, Dylan Moore. I really love these City Connects. I don't own the jersey, but I definitely would. The hard hat is dope too, with the trident upside down. Let's go. Swaggy. The dogs. Yeah, Georgia and Bama are on a whole nother level, It's like, even as good as Ohio State and Michigan are every year, even if you combine their teams with their best players, you still might not be able to beat Georgia or Alabama when they get to the Natty. That's how good they are, and that's why it's so top-heavy. So it kind of sucks for everyone else. Like, you have like 4 teams that actually could do something out of the 100-plus Division I, and so it's like, for us, it's like the best-case scenario, get to the Rose Bowl and win. That's our Natty. Wow, how did Devers catch that? Jesus Christ, one away. Well, Next time, Tom. Next up, catcher Tom Murphy. And hopefully, as we get more games, then we'll have some more Mariner photos of Dominic Canzone. But for the time being, I got to use that Diamondback photo. It's just really ironic that we just played them, and then we ended up getting guys from that series in the trade. It's like we just played you, so I'm very familiar on who the guys are, and then the next day we get two of the guys that were in the starting lineup. So I don't think Rojas is going to be very good. We could probably get rid of him, but Canzone and then the guy in the AAA, Bliss, I think we're going to keep those guys. There we go. There we go, baby. Nice job, Tom. Get it started, baby. Nice job, baby. Let's go, Tom. Bring that energy. That's what we need. That crazy eye energy. Let's go. Pretty fucking good when you know your backup catcher is one of the best hitters on the team. Next up, second baseman Dylan Moore, who was pretty much hurt all year, just came back, had a hard time getting hits and homers, but in the last maybe 2 weeks or so, it started to get the bat a little bit hotter. Let him know, Shep. Let him know. I appreciate you. Oh, you don't work until 8, which is almost 5 right now. Okay, nice, nice. More foul ball. But I appreciate you and Elliot for helping. It means a lot, man. I did see that. I did see that. You guys are insane. That's like I said. I said it at the beginning of the year. I know the Rangers and the Rays were getting all the hype, but just because there's more quality teams in the American League compared to the National, there might not be as many quality teams, but they got the most quality team overall, and that's the Atlanta Braves. You're insane. Insane in the brain, dude. 20 plus with 5. Man, must be nice. All the way to the warning track. Murphy goes back to first. And it's a number of things. It's not just Acuna Jr., it's not Olson or just Spencer Strider. It's everyone, the role players, the manager, everyone that is involved with that roster, the mid relievers, the closers. And of course, they could always get a little bit better, but they don't have a whole lot of weaknesses. And honestly, in a 7-game series, I don't think there's anybody that can beat them unless they get injured. Like the only team that can beat the Braves is the Braves, in my opinion. So this could be an Atlanta Brave World Series year, as long as you don't run into a Philadelphia Phillies hot team like last year. As long as that doesn't happen, you're going to be good. So, fucking 70. Yeah, you're crazy. Yeah, Ohtani on one side, Acuna on the other. Come on, baby. Let's go, JP. But it is kind of cool with breaking up with the X, and now I actually can do uploads and I can do streams early. It's always something that I wanted to do, and it kind of held me back from growing the channel a little bit, because I was only limited to be able to stream after 4 p.m. And sometimes there's games early in the morning or early afternoon, and I never had an opportunity to get those done. And I know sometimes the views are going to be limited because it's early. People have school, people have work, they're busy, but it just feels good that there's no restrictions from literally like 7 a.m. until midnight. I have that ability. No one can say I can't do this, I can't do that. It feels good. And obviously, I'm going to show you guys my work ethic, and I'm already streaming 7 days a week. Now it's just doing multiple things every day instead of maybe just doing one thing a day. So as long as I don't burn myself out, but I think I'll be okay. And we're going to do a hell of a lot of preseason football too. I don't know how many games I'm going to do, but I'm going to probably end up doing in some days more than one, maybe two, maybe even three in a day, as long as I, don't get burnt at. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Pitches inside, full count on JP Crawford. Let's go, JP. Yeah, he's amazing, dude. And like I said, I told you the most impressive thing to me, because I watch baseball players a little bit more, closely than others, is that he wasn't fucking good in the WBC. I was like, dude, this guy's not going to have a good year. And then all of a sudden something clicked, and I'm just really happy that he's not the shitty player that I saw in the WBC. Like, he's like MVP caliber. That's awesome. Thank you, bro. Hey, every dollar counts. $5 holla. Thank you, man. It means a lot. $5, $1. Sometimes we get a big number. Sometimes we don't. But just the grind and the hustle. You always want to at least feel somewhat appreciated. I don't know. Maybe some people think I just do this for fun. If they don't know me, but a lot of y'all know. This is my full-time job. So I don't have any other income. This is it. This is my dream. This is the goal. This is the legacy. I've been doing this for 11 years. It took me 10 years to go full time. So I do appreciate it very, very much, man. $5 holla, bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, 95 to go. Let's get it, baby. Let me know what you want as far as Braves players. We can do past or present. I can throw you up with some old school stuff like Chipper Jones or Ron Gant, or we could do, something with the players that you got now with Olson or Acuna Jr., whatever you want, man. I got you. Let me know what you want, and I got you. And yeah, it's fucking a long ass season. We still got about 50 to 60 games to go. Plus, for me, I know it's a long damn season because I'm going to end up doing more than 100 Mariner games. And moving forward, I'm probably going to do that every year. It'll be like 100 plus Mariner games every season, which is by far more than anybody else on YouTube, except for maybe Valhalla, who does Dodgers. So, Eddie Matthews, good choice. Or I could hook you up with like a Hank Aaron. Go back in that history. The Sid Bream. Your boy remembers. The Tom Glavine, the John Smoltz, the Steve Avery. Your boy knows. Prime time, Deion Sanders. Fred McGriff. All right, come on, Julio. 1-2 count on Julio. We got runners at first and second. Be that clutch player. It seems like every time we got first and second, we got guys on base. Julio never comes up in the clutch this year. It'll be in the bottom of the ninth. We got runners at first and second, or first, second, and third. Bases loaded, or second and third. All we got to do is just get a single, and we can tie the game or win. And he usually strikes out, or pops up. It's just fucking irritating as hell. I know you were rookie of the year last year, but you can't just get enamored by being on the, cover of MLB The Show in the future, or being on the cover or on the, the front of Topps baseball cards. At some point, you can't let the ego get bigger than who you are. We already know he's already going to be one of the top 5 most popular players until he retires. It's just facts. He will be, right? But are you putting up top 5 stats? And the answer is no. You're not putting up the stats, based on who you are and your popularity. And we need to get that up. We need to hold him accountable. I mean, hell, I got a lot of Julio shit that I'm invested in, I want to see the best for him. I mean, I got the 2 autograph rookie cards, BGS and PSA. I got his very, very first Julio Rodriguez Mariner issued bauble. I wasn't able to go to the game, but my dad ended up getting it for me on eBay. And normally those go for about 80 to 120. Even if they, distributed like 20,000 of them, most people don't have a mint box, and most people don't want to sell it. Especially, you got to think how many Julio baubles are going to be, as far as team giveaways, by the time now and to the end of his career, and he struck out looking. What's new? I mean, he might end up having like 10 baubles, by the time his career is over. And if you can have the first one, right, and it's mint, and the crazy thing is in that particular game, he actually signed a very small amount. I think maybe like 25 copies or less. He actually signed with like a gold Sharpie on the front of the box. And obviously, I seen only one go on the eBay, and I think it went for like 500. So, like I said, something that they normally don't do, but I wish they would have done that back in the day with like Ichiro or Griffey. I mean, could you imagine having them sign, randomly, and then all of a sudden you end up getting it like, when the usher hands it to you? But then you would have to also be like, is the usher going to steal it? Especially if they only know there's a few copies and it's worth like $500, or are they just going to give it to the fan? You know what I mean? Definitely probably would have some shady ushers trying to hide a couple of those and then keep it for their personal collection or to sell it, Crime Dog, baby. Oh, yeah. I got a lot of Julios. Like between my rookie cards, the bauble right now is easily, I got a mint 10 out of 10 box too. So that one's easily a clean 100. My PSA Julio autograph is worth about 250 to 300. My BGS one's worth about 250 to 350. And then I got a jersey piece when he was in the fall league that I can send in to get graded. But at this point, it's a 9 or a 10. That's worth about 100. And then I got another 15 cards that are worth probably $5 to $20 each. So the Julio collection's probably worth about 1,000 right now that I got, and obviously if he can get better, then it will definitely double and triple in value. It's just, you got to be able to get it cheap before the guy blows up, big facts. But again, strikes out looking, what's new? It's got to get better. And it also helps if we have like good veterans around him to teach him. All right, we're going to the top of the fourth. Leading off for the Red Sox, 0 for 1 with a K, center fielder Adam Duvall. Batting second, first baseman Triston Casas, 0 for 1. And batting third, 0 for 1, second baseman Christian Arroyo. I'm just looking up a couple Crime Dog and give you some photos here. I got to hit you with the Brave logo too. And there we go, baby. You already know what it is. I got you. Pop up. There we go. One away. And I got one of my favorites I have to hit you with too, a legend. I mean, how can you not love this guy? Let's go, baby. Obviously, before the time, where we had HD and 4K, Hammer and Hank, baby. A lot of people talk about Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle, but more people need to talk about Hammer and Hank Aaron. And he didn't cheat, which is very, very big. You got a Freddie, Chipper, and Acuna. Nice. Stadium giveaways or from like FOCO? Randy Johnson with the Diamondbacks. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I got Randy Johnson Expos, McFarland Chase, and I got some starting lineups of Randy over here on my dresser. And then obviously I got the only game issued Mariner bobble is a double with him and Dan Wilson, the catcher at the time. And it took me 11 years to find it at a card shop. I just didn't want to buy it on eBay. I wanted to be able to try to find stuff. I'm a picker, like American Pickers, that's me. So I'm always looking. I don't go to garage sales and I don't do a lot of picking, but if I can find something, like at a card shop or somewhere, rather than just buying it on eBay, obviously Toys R Us is no longer available for me, so I can't get a lot of the kind of the modern day toy stuff. But yeah, I'm always looking for stuff like that. And there's a little piece of Randy Johnson's mullet that chipped off on the back, but it gives it a little bit of character. So I like it. Nice. Stadium giveaways. Dude, I'm jealous. You got a Freeman, Chipper, and Acuna? Damn. You send me, when you go back home, send me pictures. I'd love to see those. And the Randy. I would love to see those. Logan Gilbert walks them. My buddy Marcos just sent me a message about going to Vegas. Yeah, I can't. I wish, But when you do this full time and you got dreams and goals, it's like, number one, I don't got the money to go. And number two, we're just getting into tomorrow, the busiest time of year for me, which even though I'm working 7 days a week, pretty much all year round, we're getting into football preseason tomorrow. So pretty much from tomorrow all the way to February, it's going to be nonstop football, NFL, college football. We'll still do baseball and do some Mariner games, but we're going to scale back a little bit on the Dodgers, Mariners, and the other teams, and we're going to focus more on the football side. But we'll still sprinkle in a little bit of baseball, and then we got SummerSlam this weekend, which will be pretty cool too. Oh yeah, Toys R Us is a really big part of my life. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea how many toys I've picked, from Toys R Us in the last 20 years. That I bought it for $10 and then now it's worth like 30. It's like I would always try to find the mint ones. But then you always get that kid Billy, yelling at his mom, "Hey, I want to buy the, whatever, Stone Cold Steve Austin." She says, "Fuck you," and he's like, "Fuck you," and then like Gronk spikes it, and then this mint 10 out of 10 Stone Cold now is damaged, and I can't buy it. So, but I definitely got some really nice pieces from Toys R Us over the years. Double play, got him. It's all about the unique pieces. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. So, and the crazy thing is Ohtani. You know how much I love watching Ohtani, and we have a big Japanese following. There's like Japanese channels and other people that will watch when I do Ohtani. Just like Ichiro. Like they clamor to be able to see Ohtani, but also when they play the Mariners, because we already have a big Asian following with Ichiro when he was here, and then you got Ohtani and that following. But I'm going to do the Hall of Fame game, but I will watch and keep everyone up to date on what's going on with that matchup. And hopefully Ohtani doesn't hit 2 home runs and get 12 Ks on us, but who knows? He probably will. So, guy's phenomenal. Yes, way back in the day. I mean, I still got a lot of wrestling figures. I even traded for some of Preston. Preston, my boy, I usually go to games with him or my boy Justin. But when he was growing up, he was a hustler, working at card shows and mowing lawns, anything that he could do to get like action figures. He literally has more opened wrestling figures from the 90s than anyone that I've ever met in my life. When I went through his stuff, he had like 8 Rocks, like 9 Stone Colds. He'd even have like lower name guys like Viscera. And that shit is worth money because who the fuck bought Viscera? My boy did, and so I ended up, kind of picking through some of the ones that I wanted. I knew some he wouldn't sell me, but the guy had like 100 to 150 like loose figures and like multiple rings and whatnot. Do you know how much money that is? Like even with the figures being $5 to $10 a piece back then, a lot of the loose figures now will go for $10 or more, sometimes even more, depending on if they're rare. But yeah, I was just like blown away. Like I'm a big collector and I have a lot, but he definitely had more wrestling figures than me growing up. I had like Ultimate Warrior, the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch, Hulk Hogan, Big Boss Man, and I think that was it. So Ultimate Warrior, Luke and Butch, Hulk Hogan, I think I had 5. And then obviously he grew up in the era after, because when I was younger, it was like the late 80s, early 90s. He grew up, he's like 3-4 years younger than me. So he grew up in the Rock Stone Cold Attitude era. So he's got like all the DX stuff and all the Rock and Stone Cold stuff. So I had to trade him for some of those things. But I've never seen someone with so many. I think the only other person that I've seen that had as much is Johnny Gargano, right? Johnny Wrestling. he actually went back to his house in a video and he opened up tubs of loose figures, but he's rich and famous, so a little different, but a collector. There we go, Gino. No, you didn't. Did you? That's awesome. Hell yeah. Steamboat. But I still have like rings that I bought from Toys R Us like 20 years ago, still in the package, never opened. And the coolest thing I have is the cage accessory. You can snap it on any ring within the last 20 years. So you can do it for the Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and it's got like open doors that open. The top will collapse. So if you want to do like the whole Undertaker Mankind thing, and then like the wrestlers go through, very very cool. And like I said, when I was with my ex girlfriend, not this one, but the one before that, she had a son that had no father. So I let him kind of get into the toy thing with me. And I remember, I bought that for him. And then we would kind of fuck around with it. I mean, now I can't necessarily do that. I'm 41, but there's always a little piece of me as a kid that wants to open up my expensive collection and just be like, fuck it. And just like play around with like the mechanics of like the ring and the cage and, and the figures. Cause sometimes to be able to get your true inner child and to be able to go back to your childhood, you need to be able to, have your hands on the figures. They can't be in the package. Of course, if you open it, then you go from having something worth a lot to not as much. But just the fact to have it in your hands is a different feeling as far as a collector is concerned. So, and that's why I still have I have a shoebox of probably 30 loose figures from the 80s to current. So, and every once in a while, I'll bust them out. I won't do matches with them, but it's just nice to be able to do the mechanics. Squeeze the leg, their body does a certain movement. A lot of the Toy Biz figures in the 90s, I have like NWO, like Hogan, Scott Hall, Nash. And if you squeeze the legs, like it does like a movement, or squeeze the arms and it does like another pose or movement, which is really cool. They don't make figures like that anymore. Rock, Stone Cold, Kane, and Mankind. Yeah. So now my wrestling collection, I mean, I can't even tell you how many figures I have in the package. Shitloads. I got like old school Kurt Angle and Rock when they had the SmackDown brand of toys, and I have those in the package still. And it comes with Kurt Angle's medals, and Rock has a belt in there, and it's from like the 90s, like 90 fuck, I don't know, 97, 8, 9, 97, 98, 99 around then. And then I had to swoop up a lot of the good stuff from Preston too. But that's what makes me happy. Sports memorabilia, cards, action figures, starting lineup, McFarlane's, and wrestling figures. That's kind of my thing. All right, we're in the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Red Sox. Runner at first. Ty France in the box. Let's go, Ty. Let's get it, baby. We need runs. Magic number is 5, and we're nowhere near it. Double play? Of course it is. Idiot time. End of the fourth inning. Mariners suck. Can we get some runs, please? Fuck. All right, let me see if I can get you an Eddie Matthews here, too. Oh, check it out. I wonder if this will format for me. This is a digitally remastered Hank Aaron. I don't know if this will work. Hopefully it does. So I gave you this one, and that's obviously like a blur dog, from like actually back in the 70s, right? But let's see if I can get this one formatted. It's like a similar one, but it's framed back a little bit further back, and then obviously reformatted into HD 4K as far as the player, or at least it's attempting to. Let's see. Ah, much better. That's slick. It almost looks like he's playing like now. Awesome. That's a huge upgrade. Sometimes you can get him to format, sometimes not. Very cool. Let me see if I can get you an Eddie Matthews here too. And obviously, some won't format, because they'll be awkward size. But who cares if the post is cool? Cool action shot here for Eddie. Look at this one, Shep. Oh, baby. Super dope. The best part is looking at the people in the crowd in the background. Then you can really tell like what era it's from based on their clothes. Very cool. All right, still 2-0. Can we please find a way to get some hits and runs? Skateboard decks, that's awesome. Oh, no way. Damn. Especially if you're that close. Looks like it's going to be a good one. Besides Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, that one's going to get booed, but everything else will be good. Connor Long with the double. Fuck. I love it when the Mariners can't pitch or hit. It's awesome. Nothing better. Love looking forward to watching the Mariners bat 230 as a team and can't pitch. I see you, Connor, with the stand-up double. Next up, shortstop, Yu Chang. You rang? Yu Chang. The fireworks, yeah. Not the Mariners. I mean, it's still possible. It's not like we're down 5-0. All we got to have is one good inning with 3 consecutive batters getting on base. It's a lot, easier said than done. Oh for 1 with a flyout in the third, top of the fifth, 2-0 Red Sox. And really, the way that the Mariners play, we ride or die with JP and Julio. When JP and Julio get going early, we win the game. When they don't get going early, we typically lose. It's all about momentum and, getting off to a fast start. And they say, oh, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But with the Mariners, it's opposite. It's how we start determines how we finish. If we don't start fast, we run out of gas by usually the 6th inning, and then the fucking game is over. So, all right, time to bobble my baubles here. Dan Wilson, Randy Johnson, Griffey, Ichiro. There's another hit. You rang, Yu Chang. Fuck. Runners at first and third now. Get Logan Gilbert's ass out of there. Next up, left fielder, Jarren Duran, and he already went for a fucking 2-run home run earlier. So the game is almost over now at this point. We got to get Gilbert out. Out of there. The fireworks, yeah. Are they going to do it with like the roof open? Top of the fifth, runners on the corners, 2-0 Boston. Oh, absolutely. Dipoto needs to be fired. I mean, there was all this hype after we ended up, making the playoffs for the first time in 20 plus years. Then you bring in AJ Pollock, Colton Wong, and Teoscar Hernandez, and all of them have disappointed. And two of the three are no longer on the team during the trade deadline. Wong is gone, Pollock is gone, and we tried to get rid of Teoscar. So, maybe even getting rid of Scott Service also, like maybe just getting rid of both. But sometimes you only can get rid of one at a time. So if we had to choose one, I would get rid of Dipoto first and then evaluate and see if we can get someone better than Scott Service, which may be hard to do. Sometimes he manages good. Sometimes he's a fucking idiot, it seems like. But I like Service more than Dipoto, if that means anything. And I think most Mariner fans would agree. So, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's one thing if you're trying to do like Moneyball kind of guys, but he doesn't. Like, I don't know what he does to be able to get these guys, but he like throws, like a dart at a board or like a paper on a wall, sees if it sticks. Obviously Teoscar was a big name, but he's leading the American League in fucking strikeouts, and he might be number 1 or number 2 overall. That's not good. You know, he's a name, but he's not really doing that much for us. There was a time where he was doing okay, but he started off really slow and definitely not worth the money. Yeah, new hitting coach would help too. I mean, unless we can get like Griffey and Ichiro on the payroll and have them work with the guys every fucking day. Yeah, Dipoto, idiot. Sad to say when you had guys like Jesse Winker, where we were like, oh, it doesn't matter if we get rid of some of these guys. And if we would have kept those guys, maybe we would have been a little bit better, even though they were struggling too. Just like the chemistry factor, instead of bringing in Wong and bringing in AJ Pollock, maybe we should have just kept Winker and some of the other guys that we let go last year. But again, Dipoto, not really a fan favorite, I feel. But also, too, I've only seen 4 good years in like 35 for the Mariners. So what does that tell you? But if we get Ohtani, all is forgiven. Verdugo in the box, runners on the corners, 1-2 count. Not a situation you want to be in with Logan Gilbert here. Pitch is low, 2-2 count. Now, if we could have Ichiro and Griffey, work with the players, and obviously they have their own lives and, they're going to do their own shit. But if they were actually a part of the ball club on a daily basis, I guarantee shit would turn around. Our home runs would go up and our contact hitting would be great because we're talking about 2 of the best to ever live to put on cleats, not only in Seattle, but of all time. Griffey, purest swing, prettiest swing. Ichiro, arguably one of the best contact hitters that has ever played. Facts. All right, full count, 3-2. Steps off the mound. Verdingo, Dongo, Bingo, Bongo, baby. I'm excited. We got baseball. Nah. Football tomorrow. I don't care if it's a bunch of second and third stringers. Runners on the corners. 1 out, 3-2 pitch. Got him. Wow, he got incredibly lucky there with Verdugo chasing. Chang steals second. They got runners at second and third. And this is another guy you don't want up. DHing for Boston, Masataka Yoshida. Guy's a stud. And then after that, Devers. So hopefully we can get Yoshida out. Hell, what's Edgar doing nowadays? I know, huh? That would help too. I mean, Ichiro probably spends the most time out of any of the retired players with the organization. Sometimes you'll see him with the Mariner uniform still on, like, in the pregame, and he's working with some of the guys. So obviously he's married and he's got his own life, but you definitely see him at the ballpark a little bit more than you would think you would. No play for JP. 3-0 Boston. What's new? Next up, third baseman, Rafael Devers. Your boy's got the ESP, man. I just know. I've watched this team. I know this team. I know when bad shit's going to happen. And now you got Devers up there. I mean, what are you going to have him get a fucking homer and then we're going to get down 6-0? Might as well. Fuck. Yeah. Our pitching staff actually is usually pretty fucking good. It's just not being able to get the run support to match the pitching. Let's do a live look in with Scott Service. Let's see how he thinks things are going. Oh, he thinks everything's going great. Oh, dorky ass smile. Come on, Scott, be better. Who smiles like that? We need a new manager. Ah, golly. No, they're gonna keep Logan in. I mean, you might as well hit a homer here and go down 6-0. 0-1 pitch to Devers. Pop foul, 0-2 count. 263 average, 25 homers, 76 ribbies. That's what Julio's stats should be like. Except the batting average should be a little higher too. You like that, John? But I'm a ride or die. I've been following this team since '85, so that was before a lot of y'all were even born. Popped up. Right to Julio, routine play, keep two guys stranded, and we give up a run. We're down 3-0. We still have a chance that we could come back, but again, getting multiple hits in an inning and stringing them together when you have no runs and you have 2 hits all game and it's the 5th, not good. Not good whatsoever. But Scott thinks it's good. Look at that smile. Yeah, we're doing good. Fucking idiot. You and Dipoto. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 5th. Leading off for the Mariners, 0 for 1, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Leading the American League in strikeouts, you bum. Batting second, 0 for 1, left fielder, Dominic Canzone. And batting third, 1 for 1, at least someone can fucking hit. Catcher, no, backup catcher, but catching today, Tom Murphy. Where's this energy? Where is this energy at? I need this energy. Doesn't exist. Let's go, Tom. Yeah, well, again, obviously being 500 or under 500 and only hitting 230 as a team, and it hasn't changed all year. Not having very many home runs throughout the season. A lot of players underwhelming. It's what can you do? Do we deserve to make it? We don't. There's teams that deserve it, like the Orioles and the Rays and the Rangers, and obviously the Braves and the Dodgers. And there's just going to be certain teams that are legit, and we were hoping that we could string 2 good years together, but apparently we can't. Padres up 4-1 in the top of the 9th. That's a good look for you, Elliot. Yeah, we're not that far back. As shitty as we are, right? We're not that far back. All we got to do is leapfrog the Angels, the Red Sox, and the Yankees, which is doable, and then try to catch up and compete with Toronto for the last spot, that third wild card spot. But again, it's going to take a hell of an effort, and we have to have a couple teams implode, get injured, or just play shitty, and then the Mariners have to play their best baseball here on out, which is very unlikely. Just being honest and real. Bottom of the 5th, Red Sox 3, Mariners 0. Teoscar with 1,000,000,000 strikeouts this year. That was our big name free agent we brought in. And the guy fucking strikes out more than anyone I've ever fucking seen. Teoscar, nice blooper. Look at that. You criticize Teo and he fucking gets a hit. There we go. Scott's happy. Nice job, Teo. Next up, left fielder Dominic Canzone. Let's go. Now, can we string off another couple hits after this? And also, even getting some cheap walks or getting hit by a pitch will definitely help, gain some momentum. But the guy, Crawford, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs. He's only got 1 walk, 3 Ks. So he's played a pretty clean game. So we haven't been able to take advantage of, shitty pitching to get a couple free guys on, which sometimes helps a rally start. Come on, Kenzone. Damn, 4 homers. Who hit the homers? You want to give me a list of the guys that hit the homers today? I mean, I can always look on the ESPN ticker that I have here in front of me, but Haniger and Winker. Maybe we should have gotten rid of those guys. I mean, if we're talking about like Pollock and Wong and Teoscar is a bigger name, but again, those guys weren't really that good for us either, but maybe chemistry would have been better. Soto, Kim, and 2 for no way. 2? Wow. You're starting to kind of get heated up at the right time. You just got to kind of hope that the rest of the teams in the division start crapping out. 1-2 pitch to Canzone. Come on, Dom. Good eye. Oh, punched him out? Fuck out of here. Boo. Bad call. Stupid ass ump. It's all good, Dom. I still love you. Fast and the Furious, baby. Next up, catcher Tom Murphy. Hit a homer, and I'll do this. Let's go. Nice City Connects. Looking so fresh and so clean. Wow, he's starting to heat up. That's good. Good to hear. There we go. Only one motherfucker on the team can hit, and his name is Tom Murphy. There we go. You guys on. Can we make it 3? That's the goal. Can we make it 3? And the Mariners are one of the top 2 teams in Major League Baseball with the Dodgers with the bases loaded. For whatever reason, when we have 1 guy on or 2 guys on, we suck. But when we have bases loaded, we're fucking really good. I don't know why, but we are. For a team that can't fucking hit. Nice job, Tom. Next up, second baseman, Dylan Moore. Let's go, Dylan. Get a walk here. You don't even need to fucking swing, bro. Dylan pops up. Go out of play. There we go. Bottom of the 5th. Runners at first and second. 1 out, 2-2 count. Critical part of the game here. It's like these are the moments that are big. Like, how often are we going to have guys on first and second? And we already know in baseball how you leave guys stranded. It's a part of baseball. But when you don't have guys on every inning and it's only like once a game or twice, and those are, gut-wrenching, heart-ripping, just emotional, tough losses. It's not like we're getting 10, 12, fucking 15 hits a game. Struck him at. What's new? See you later, Dylan Moore. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Wake up, J.P. We need you. RBI time. Or if you really want to be special, let's get a homer. Come on, JP, be electric. I know you can be. Come on, baby. Lauren in the building. What's good, brother? Let him know, Shep. Baseball fans want your boy to be homeless. Bottom of the fifth, 3-0 Boston. 1-0 pitch to JP. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. And this is probably going to be one of 2 opportunities where we actually can do some damage. And it's all up to if we do and, make that move and we end up, getting an RBI or getting a big hit, or if we leave them stranded. And that'll really determine the outcome of the game, if we can even get caught up 3-3, or if we're going to end up getting our ass kicked. We don't get guys on every inning. Some teams are blessed where they have guys like, bases loaded, stranded, and then the next inning they do it again, and then the next inning they have 2 guys on. It's like, I wish we were that good, but when you're batting 230 as a team, it's rough. Not easy. I know, right, bro? I mean, like I said, I don't know what it is with baseball, basketball, NASCAR fans, but as far as like wrestling, which are typically the NFL fans, but the NFL fans know what's up. But every other fan base is like, they don't give a shit. They want your boy to eat fingernail sandwiches and be homeless and roll around in the dirt. No one does a broadcast like me either, too. Like, if you look at all the people that do a broadcast, out there in sports, nothing is like this. So, homeless boy. I wish I was joking, too, but I'm not. All right. Well, we left him stranded again. What's new? End of the 5th inning. And hopefully we have at least 1 or 2 more opportunities before the game is done. All right, next up for the Red Sox in the top of the 6th, 0 for 2 with a K, center fielder Adam Duvall. Batting second, first baseman 0 for 1 with a base on ball, Tristan Casas. And batting third, second baseman 0 for 2, Christian Arroyo. Let's go, baby. Seriously, I'm jealous. I want to be like the Braves, but we're nowhere near, and we probably never will be like the Braves unless we were able to get Ohtani. Now, if we got Ohtani, then we could be like you. But if we don't get Ohtani, yeah, there's no way that we're ever going to be as good as the Braves ever. So, Tatis, nice. There you go, 8-1 Padres, 100th career home run. Nice job. See if we're making a pitching change at all. Looks like Logan Gilbert's still out there for whatever goddamn reason. All right, he had a 9-5 record with a 3.83 ERA going into the game. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. You can't count on a guy like this to get 10 Ks. It's just impossible. He'll never get 10 Ks. Even guys like Wu have a better chance as a 5th rounder to get 8 to 10 Ks than Gilbert now. Syrup sandwich, but I can't even have syrup or mayo. It would just be bread. Tomato sandwich with hot dog. Yeah, for real, bro. That is a scary, thing, but again, I would rather be homeless and, be with Paisley, than be in a house and not have her, or I'd rather be, in a very tough part of my life, and doing my dream rather than, just, having another job and having a shitload of money, but being depressed. I wouldn't want that. So some things, you have to have an importance for. You have to have a priority in your life. And obviously my legacy and my dream and Paisley are going to be at the top of the list. So the beanie and the weenie. But hopefully we can get over 20,000 before the year ends. I'm kind of sick of being at like 19.8, 19.9. And hopefully when I do like reaction videos and other things, that if that's what's going to take, if the tube and other people aren't going to help me, if that's what it's going to take to be able to get over 20 and then grow and go beyond that, and then get some of those people that only watch reaction videos to eventually hop over and watch some of the live streams and maybe be a part of the Fanatic family, then so be it. Your boy just wants a fair chance to grow. I don't think that's too much to ask. And that's a big reason why some of the other bigger YouTubers don't want to work with me, because I think that they know that if they raid the channel or I do a collab, that a lot of their heavy hitters in their channel are going to join this one. And I think they feel threatened, so, which I think they should, because we definitely have a really good thing going on here. I think that we are the most underrated sports channel that's on YouTube overall. And if I didn't really believe that, I wouldn't say it, So lots of jealousy. But at least I'm real and genuine. I'm not a fake ass bitch like a lot of these guys that are out there pretending to be someone that they're not. Just for subs, likes and money and donos. I will always stay true to who I am. Nice strikeout by Gilbert there. Mariner Moose, he doesn't get out often, but there's another K. 5 Ks for Logan Gilbert. That's where he kind of maxes out, 5 or 6. Well, at least I'll get the Mariner Moose out for him for a little bit. Nice job, Logan. Even though you've given up too much today. Now, if we were at like 1 or 2, and this wouldn't be as bad, but when you have a pitcher that gives up 3 and you're at 0, it magnifies. It feels like it's 6-0 when you don't have any hits and no runs. So, you know it, brother. Jealousy is a motherfucker. But, it's not my fault, if people, raid or other channels have people that come here and they enjoy that. They want to have a piece of their time here and there, but a lot of streamers are very, jealous, and they want to be able to keep everyone with them, but not every person is going to be loyal to only one person on YouTube. Sometimes you're going to have someone that's going to go to a couple places, it's just the reality of it. Even it doesn't matter how good you are, or if you got fire thumbnails or a fire intro or cool background, sometimes people that are on YouTube, that's what they do. They'll bounce around a little bit. But we need to get over fucking 20K. I mean, it's just been fucking ridiculous, dude. And it's not like we're that far behind. I mean, we only need like $1.50 or something like that. And we've hit it twice, but we had like fake followers get us there and then take their sub away like a week later. So I don't want people like that. I want people that are going to stick around. I want to be able to get to 20 and then eventually get to 21, Yeah. But like I said, how many people would be able to, do a channel, have an amazing growth within the first 2 years, and then kind of be stuck for 5? How many people would have quit? 99%, 99.9999, regardless if you're at a big number or not. A lot of people would have just said fuck, and just gave up, but your boy is fucking resilient. I'm more resilient than any motherfucker on planet Earth. So, when you sacrifice a Jordan rookie, there is no quitting me. But it would be nice, to be able to get to a point, where we can actually get past that 20 number. Haters gonna hate, but they can't hate forever. All right, Julio, Gino up next. Let's go. It's definitely the hardest platform to grow. But again, it all depends really with the algorithm and if they're pushing you. Because if they push your channel, you get more eyeballs, more subs, more donos. But if they're not pushing you, it's a lot more difficult to be able to get seen, because a lot of people already have their favorites on where they go to, and it, depending on, if things are going to be recommended or not. So, but we do have the most versatility out of any channel on YouTube based on me being able to do anything. Basketball, baseball, football, hockey, wrestling. I don't think there's anyone on YouTube that can match me, based off knowledge and grind, based on everything, but there's definitely people that are more popular, but, I think we're due to be the popular, channel at some point, where people sub just to sub because we're popular. I want to get to that point, and I think we deserve it, with all the hard work that I've been putting in. So. Yeah, it's a it's a tricky game, but again, I am resilient, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep grinding. And also, I mean, look where the channel was when I first started and then to where it is now. No one fucking helped me. I don't know any celebrities. I don't have any other people that are helping me out, like I had to figure out everything on my own. How to work the green screen, how to make the thumb, how to make a better presentation and this gradually get better and better with everything. And then finally now, 7 years on YouTube, 11 years of recording, we're finally at a point where I'm satisfied. Think about that for a second. 1,700 plus videos or live streams since 2017. And then finally, we're at a point where I feel like, it's up to my standard. So, oh, it's all good. Any amount of subbing will help, man. If everyone had that mindset, that maybe I'll sub, maybe I won't, then I would never grow. But I do appreciate any type of sub that we can get. And I'll be doing reaction videos. I'll be doing a morning show called Unbiased, kind of like Undisputed. So I'll do that for like an hour in the morning, Monday through Friday, just to discuss the NFL. And, then I'll do Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, maybe even Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon, reaction videos, power rankings. I'm going to be grinding until my fingers bleed pretty much. So on top of doing NFL, college football, baseball, NASCAR, basketball, college hoops, AEW, WWE, there's a lot. Bottom of the sixth. Megan in the building, Dillweed in the building, depressed Mr. Met in the building. It's crazy. The Mets payroll is like 150 million plus for players on the team and 150 million plus for players that are no longer on the team. That sucks. There goes Julio. Is Julio clutch? No, he's not. Maybe one day Julio will be clutch. It's like all my memorabilia of you is going to go down if you don't get fucking better, Julio. Next up, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Gino. I appreciate that, Jacob. Yeah. Not going to be a contender probably for 2 or 3 years though. But still, if they can end up getting the right pieces at the right time, 2 to 3 years is nothing for a Met fan. But I hope things get better for you guys. Good morning, Megan. How are you? Pitches inside, 2-1 count. It just sucks with the guys that that are big names, like the DeGroms and the Verlanders. It just doesn't work out. It's like you almost have to do it through the farm system, and the drafting. But the Mets usually don't have a whole lot of luck there. So getting these big name free agents, it doesn't work out. They might have been really, really good where they were at, like Verlander with the Astros, but just because he was good there doesn't mean he's going to be the same type of player with New York, unfortunately. Crone Zone. All right, man. Thank you so much for helping out and donating the $5. Things are tough for your boy, but I'll keep going. Appreciate you, Shep. No quitting your boy. Gino. Well, I follow baseball at Depressed Mr. Matt. It's not like I just follow the the Mariners and the Dodgers for my dad since he's been a fan since the 50s. I cover the whole league. That's really the difference between me and a lot of other YouTubers too. I try to cover everything, all of baseball, all of hockey, all of the NFL, all of college football, just like everything. And obviously with hockey, that's going to be a little bit more difficult just jumping into that. But I feel as I get into next year, I'll have a better grasp of not only the Kraken, but the league as a whole. Your boy Smart. Nice hit by Gino. All right, here we go. Can we string another 3 hits together? I hope we can. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. We could really use a homer right now. I mean, if there was any time for the dumper to get hot, He's very, very good against Boston and Toronto. Good batting average. Let's go. Let's go, Big Dumper. I think most people would agree with that, just like with the Blue Jays and the Mets, or excuse me, the Blue Jays and the Mariners from last year. You can get there, but also too, that team is built a little different. They have the second lowest payroll. They don't pay for a lot of big guys. Adley Rutschman's a stud. They have a lot of good quality players. They believe in themselves, and obviously, if they can win the division and get home field, that could actually be the difference between them getting to the playoffs and winning a round, or getting to the playoffs and losing in the first round. But I definitely think that the Rays and the Rangers fear Baltimore. Like Baltimore, it would be crazy to think that they make the World Series, or the ALDS, ALCS, but you never know. Baseball's a crazy sport. Obviously, it looks like it could be the Rays or the Rangers, but honestly, I think the Orioles are just as good as those two teams. They've been just as hot as those two teams, so anything can happen. And then the Braves are the best team in baseball. So the Braves, it's really their World Series to lose with the depth that they have. Olson's been hot. Acuna will be the MVP in the National League. Ohtani in the American League. Spencer Strider's a fucking god. It's like they got everything that you would want. The only team that's going to beat the Atlanta Braves is the Atlanta Braves. So, but for the Orioles, mentally, being that new team, it could mean something, especially when they haven't been in first place all year, if you think about it that way. No one thought Baltimore could win the division, especially when the Rays start off like 15-0. You know what I'm saying? Think of it that way. It's perspective. But realistically, most people would think that they will crap out at some point, but we'll see. It's not like the Rangers and Rays have been that impressive as of late. It's a long, long season. Going into the All-Star break, the Rangers they dropped 11 out of 16. So, they had to do a little bit to be able to get themselves back into contention and whatnot. But I don't think anybody fears the Rays. They don't fear the Rangers. And I'm not saying they fear the Orioles, but the Orioles are a fun team to watch. I enjoy watching them. Bottom of the sixth, 3-0 Boston. Come on, Cal. Yeah, but many teams can't even get to a World Series, let alone an ALCS or an NLCS. DS is one thing, but CS is a whole nother level. Bottom of the sixth, 3-0 Red Sox. Runner at second. Full count. Cal. Chop foul. Let's go, Big Dumper. We need you. Let's go, baby. Chop foul. Keep fighting, Cal. Yeah, lots of change. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. I agree. But as good as the Rays and the Rangers have been, I don't think that they would be, if they make it to and represent the American League, either one of those two teams. I don't know if they would be able to hang with Atlanta if Atlanta makes it in a 7-game series. It's really the only team that's going to beat Atlanta is Atlanta. Yeah, back, gone, baby. Let's go. Let's go. He's got their number. Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. 3-2 Boston. Goodbye. Way to be electric, my boy. Good shit. Get him the trident. Hell yeah. Finally. Finally. Fucking A, dude. Cal was due. But again, he's very good against Toronto and Boston. He's batting 400 on Boston. So it's like you got to be able to hopefully get that right pitch. We're not having a lot of success with our hitters. So 400 average, 5 homers, 8 ribbies this season versus Boston. Your boy knows. Let's go. Yeah, and now obviously, if the Phillies get hot or any team plays like Philadelphia did last year, anyone can beat anyone if they get hot at the right time. And obviously, the Braves probably thought that they were going to go to the World Series and did not see Philly coming, but who did? But sometimes that run luck, it runs out. The gas runs out. You can like upset a team, upset another team, get all the way to the World Series or like the championship, Super Bowl or the NBA Finals. But usually, the better team, the more experienced team usually will end up, winning it, especially if you're like a hot team, but you haven't been there before. Usually the gas runs out, the luck runs out. $5. Let's get to a hundo. Let's prevent me from being homeless, huh? No fingernail sandwiches. They're not good. Next up, 254 average, 7 homers for Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Had a nice 3-for-4 day yesterday. And definitely getting Verlander back, they'll be in the conversation. It wouldn't surprise me if the Astros represent the American League over Tampa Bay and Texas. I think that those teams are good, but again, Astros are always going to be very, very sound. They're going to be managed well. They're going to have great contact hitters. They have guys that can go for power. They have good pitchers, good mid relievers, good closers. And now you're getting Verlander back. So they're kind of the team that's under the radar, that no one's really talking about. But it wouldn't shock me if they, end up having a very deep run. Next up, the American League strikeout king, Teoscar Hernandez. Come on, Teo. 1 for 2 today. .240 average, 16 homers, 59 ribbies for Teo. Teoscar, routine play, little blooper. And we cut into the lead a little bit, so at least we got it down to 3-2. It's a lot better than 3-0. Nice job, Cal. Nice job, my boy. And I've always liked Cal. He had a little bit of an injury to the thumb, early in the year. So everyone was doing kind of shitty, but I invested in this last year once, he hit the homer and then got us to the playoffs. But there was a lot of Cal Raleigh rookie cards that were out there that were graded, but they didn't look as nice as this. This one is very clean, great signature, great pose with the home run. I like with the pink lettering with the Cal Raleigh, the green Seattle Mariners, the orange circle with him down there catching. Sometimes it's just the aesthetic of a card. And normally I only buy graded BGS or PSA. But, if I'm going to drop 50 to 75 bucks, to represent a Mariner player that I appreciate, sometimes you get a little bit of greatness like this. And I still have the card to this day sitting there on my dresser. It's a clean card. There was a lot of other cards that looked okay, but they didn't look like that. You know what? I definitely think that could be a possibility. I agree. Could be those two teams. And then if it's those two teams, that might be the team that the Braves could fall to. Like, I don't think that they would really lose to many teams, but if they play the Astros, that would probably be their biggest fear because they would be very equally matched and they could lose, especially with Verlander coming back. Megan with a fiver. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. I hope you get better with the rest. And let me know what you want to see with photos, and I got you. You want to see some Steve? You want some Pete? You want some Hack? You want some of the Seahawk players? I got you. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. $10 hairs. Let's get to a hundo. 90 to go. Yeah. And like I said, I don't buy. That was the first non-graded card that I bought on eBay ever. Like I don't buy non-graded cards. Like I'll just go to the card shop and I'll evaluate what I have there. But to be able to buy one, I have to have a certain look to it. Or if it's like serial numbered, low, low pop, low population. I'm always looking for the autograph rookies. And I met Griffey, obviously, and that's the reason why I do this channel, right? So there's Ken Griffey Jr. in 1989 in his rookie year, me and my dad, and I still have the Donruss rated rookie. And I personally chose this card because I thought he looked more like a pimp. I had the Fleer card. I didn't have the upper deck at this point, but I had some of the other cards, the Bowman and the Fleer. But I thought that he looked like a pimp in this one, and I like the glossy look, the rated rookie Donruss. It's a very classic look, and he actually took the time to spell Ken Griffey Jr., and it's one of the best signatures I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen thousands of Griffey cards, and that's one of the best ones. Griffey, baby. Changed my life forever. I mean, I could have met anybody here in the Pacific Northwest, but to meet, Griffey, and then I met Sandy Koufax when I was 10. That's my dad's hero. My dad's been a Dodger fan since the 50s, grew up in LA and Hawaii, lived in a couple different places, LA, Hawaii, Oregon. But when you meet your hero, obviously my dad and Griffey are my heroes. But when you meet Ken Griffey Jr. and you know it's going to be your hero at 7 years old because we watched him in like AAA and whatnot, and I knew he was going to be a legend. And then my dad, and we get to meet his hero, and end up being one of my heroes also with Koufax, the best left-handed pitcher ever, even better than Steve Carlton from the Phillies or Randy Johnson. And I met him when I was 10. It definitely changed my life forever. We both got pictures with both, autograph with both, and we still have all the memorabilia to this day. Okay, I got you. Yu Chang in the box. Nice win for you, Elliot. Big swing and a miss. Got him. And we got NFL football tomorrow, which is very exciting. And I'm going to try to do a lot of preseason games. So still we'll do some Mariners, and every once in a while we sprinkle in some Dodgers if the Mariners aren't playing. But bottom of the seventh, 3-2 game. Brash is in. One for three with a 2-run home run, Jarren Duran. Chopper, routine playing. There we go. Easy, easy, lemon squeezy. Let's go to the bottom of the seventh and tie this game up. I got to hit you with the logo too. Boom. Boom. And let me hit you with some Pete. Appreciate you. Football, finally. Now, we can kind of breathe easy from now until February. It's just going to be nonstop football, 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 and I'm here for it. I'm excited. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm a big Randy Johnson guy. Let's go, Dom. Bottom of the 7, 3-2 Boston. Let's go, baby. 3-0 count. Take the walk. Take the walk, baby. There we go. That's what we need. Sometimes getting a walk is a big bonus for the Mariners. Hits are fucking limited, so we'll take that. That means now instead of getting 3 consecutive hits, now we only need 2 because we already got a guy on first. And next up, the hottest hitter for the Mariners, catcher Tom Murphy. Let's go, Tom. Ooh, 4-game series against the Dodgers. There'll be a lot of bad blood in that one. .297 average. Come on, Tom. We need a 300 hitter. We have no 300 hitters. I think Ty France hit it for a couple days. Kellenick had it for a few weeks. But this is the closest that we've had anyone at 300 with a certain amount of at-bats. Not someone that we just brought in, but as far as like one of the regulars or semi-regular players. I mean, he's right there, 297. 8 homers, 16 ribbies for the backup catcher. But that's kind of sad when your backup catcher, or Mike Ford, was doing good, but now he's ice cold. But it's not a good look when your backup catcher and your DH are your best hitters on the team. Yeah. Woo! 3 singles for my boy Tom Murphy. Murphy. Let's go. Can we get more players like Tom Murphy? When you get 1 hit, you feel good. When you get 2 hits, you feel good. When you get 3 hits, you make this face. Let's go. Time to win this game. Next up, second baseman Dylan Moore. At some point, we might have to sub him out and put in like Jose Caballero or someone else. Oh, they got Cade Marlowe coming in. Good. Good move there. I like that. Because I was say Dylan Moore ain't going to do shit. Yeah. I like the move. Cade can get an RBI. He's filling in for Jared Kellenick, so let's go. We might come back here. Tough stretch. Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Orioles, Mariners. Not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. Over at 300, yeah. It's crazy, man. But like I said, I looked up the stats because I'm a stat and analytical guy. And going into today, there was only 11 players total that were batting 300, which I thought was fucking mind-blowing. 4 in the National League and 7 in the American League. Unbelievable. You think it would be better than that, but that shows you. And it's not necessarily that I think that pitching is better. It's a combination of things, with the new rules, the pitching violation, the hitting violation, not shifting, the bags being bigger, a number of things, obviously hitters reaching a lot more this year than normal, I feel too. But it's just crazy to me, man, because I saw one graphic that had 4 players in the National League. That was it. And I was thinking to myself, I talked to my buddy Justin last night. I was like, how many do you think total that are at 300 if there's only 4 in the National League? I thought, well, maybe 4 or 5 in the American, but there's better teams in the American League. So it makes sense that they have 7, but that's not a lot. 11 play. I mean, how many Major League Baseball players are on the rosters? Thousands? And you only have 11? Okay, and it's not like we got all these Randy Johnsons, Roger Clemens in their prime pitching right now. Pedro Martinez. It's not like we have that. All right, let's go, Cade. Time to make yourself a name. Let's go, baby. Nice job by Tom. 3 hits. Yeet. Let's go, Cade. That type of stuff interests me, especially if I'm doing a sports channel. I'm always going to deep dive and go a little bit deeper than any other channel. It's all about that effort. It's all about how much you read, how much film you watch. Most streamers don't. They say they do, but they don't. Just because you read or listen to what they say on the announcers on the TV doesn't make you an expert. But I guess for some YouTubers, they feel that's good enough. Bottom of the 7th, 3-2 Red Sox. Runners at first and second. No outs. Good opportunity here. Yeah, and the number might have gone up since today, but I know as far as going into yesterday, it was only 11 players total, which is just fucking crazy. Because normally it's like back in the day, like 20 years ago, rules were different. But back in the day, I think it was more like 30 plus. So when you go from like 30 plus hitters over 300 to like 10 or 11, and then you wonder why your team isn't doing very good, or oh, I don't got a 300 hitter. Well, hell, fucking most teams don't. That made me feel a little bit better about the Mariners. Yeah, we're still ass and we can't hit, and we're batting 230 as a team, but it slightly made me feel better that a lot of the other teams are ass too. Yeah, baby. Let's go. 3-3, baby. What a job by Cade Marlowe. He's a fucking man, baby. There we go. It shows you can look like shit for 6-7 innings, and then you just got to be able to slowly but surely chip away, get one. Couple innings later, get one, and then you finally have your breakout inning, and here it is. There we go. But a big part of it was this guy right here. If this guy doesn't go three hits today, we're not at 3-3. Big facts. You got to have a guy, a catalyst to start it off. Hell yeah. Let's go. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. No outs, runners at first and third. And a lot of times you have to wait for the starting pitchers to go out to do the damage. It's a whole new ball game. But a lot of times when you're down 3-0 for 3, 4, 5, 6 innings, you get depressed. You give up. You're like, fuck this. I guess there's tomorrow, and then in those last 3 innings or those last 4 innings, you turn the light on, the switch gets flipped, and then things happen. So let's go. Let's go. Baseball is a crazy sport, man. Like I said, it's a whole new ball game when the starters go out. With basketball, you kind of understand the flow. College football, NFL, you understand the flow. But like I said, I think with hockey and baseball, it's unpredictable. Goals can come out of nowhere. A team could score 3 goals in like a minute and a half, after having nothing for like 50 minutes. That's not normal. And in baseball, you could be at 0 for the whole game and then just have 1 or 2 good innings and you can end up tying it up. Doesn't mean you're going to win, but at least you can get it closer to giving yourself a chance. Let's go. 1-2 pitch to Crawford. Chop foul. Let's go. Oh, let's go, baby. Jets, Browns tomorrow. Excited. I'll debut the new look. I got the football cards instead of the baseball. Everything will be flowing, and yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of backups, but who cares? It's football. Struck him out. Damn it, JP. Well, JP hasn't been good today, neither has Julio, but maybe Julio can actually play like a clutch player for once and get me a fucking RBI. Come on, Julio. Ball in, please. Come on, bro. All the photos for Julio. Now make it worth it. If I invest this much time in you, give us a little this. You need a trident, baby. I mean, I don't even actually need a home run from Julio at this point. I'll just take a single. Give me something. But for a team that's one of the worst hitting teams in baseball to be like top 2 and bases are loaded, it's very interesting. A lot of stats in baseball, you wouldn't believe it unless you actually saw the demographic or you're seeing, the stat line on like Baseball Reference. All right, here we go. 0-3, Julio, rookie of the year, has not been good this year. Was labeled an all-star, unfairly. They put him in the home run derby. Eventually he'll win, but definitely got into the all-star game based off name recognition. Did not deserve it. Julio? Yes! There we go. Way to be, Julio. He finally listened. I told you what I want is a little single, and I got it, baby. Yes, sir. Broken bat. 2 guys running into each other. And let's go. We'll take the runs any way we can get them. Bang, bang, bang. 4-3, Mariners. Let's go. Good shit. Let's go. Got to put it on, man. It's good. Yeah, and if you ever need links, Elliot, I got 2. So I got my main one and I got my secondary one, and they're both good. So secondary one, sometimes shit will crap out a little bit, audio, video, but they have like 20 links. So yeah, if one goes out, you got another one. But my primary one typically only has 1 link, but it usually works the whole way through. It's just that depending on the broadcast. Bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Mariners. Next up, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, baby. Yeah! There we go. 8 straight games with an RBI. Let's lead Major League Baseball. Eugenio Suarez. Way to be electric, my boy. Fly away. Fuck yeah. 5-3. All my Mariner buddies now are like, holy shit. I'm like, dude, sometimes that's how it goes. You just got to be able to get that momentum going in 1 inning. Chipping away, and then 1 good inning. There we go. Oh, nice. We had to wait for the starting pitcher, right? Cutter Crawford. We needed his ass to get out of there. And once he got out of there, then we took advantage, which is a very typical thing in baseball. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. I mean, we really want to have injury to insult. We go for a homer here, and then we make it 8-3. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but it would be nice. But also, too, the Mariners pitching down the stretch isn't that good either. So there is a chance that Boston will be able to catch up before the game is over. It's not like we got this lead and it's like, oh, it's over. Nothing is fucking over until it's over. Big swing and a miss. Now they got Raleigh hitting right-handed. I would prefer him, hitting left. Fuck all that. If the guy is left, then you got to go right, or the guy is right, and then you got to go left. If you're better as a left-handed hitter, I don't give a shit if you're a switch hitter. Stay left. If you're good enough, it shouldn't matter if you go against a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher. Fuck the analytics. Do what is best for you. Don't do what the coaches say. like, oh, the guy is a left, so you have a better chance, going right and doing something, which is not true, especially if you're that much worse when you go right-handed. Now, if you're pretty close, then yes, go right. But if you're like dramatically lower as a right-handed hitter and you're very, very good as a left, stay fucking left. But they don't. They always go with, oh, if the guy's a lefty, be right. And if the guy's a righty, be left. Stupid. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Big comeback. We were down 3-0, 5-3, Mariners. Let's go, Cal. My boy Justin at work. I'm giving him the details. He's trying to tune in now. I get it, man. You got work and shit, but sometimes you got to tune in, either here or the actual game. Popped up, 2 away. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go fucking Sour. Great inning. Reflect. What's good? We were down 3-0. It looked like it could be over. But again, baseball is such an emotional sport. You can't get overly emotional and be like, fuck this. It's really easy to do it as a Mariner fan. Like when you were batting 230 as a team, when you get down 3-0, Logan isn't pitching good. We got like 1 or 2 hits for the whole fucking game. Starting pitcher goes out, and then magically, it's a brand new ball game. But it's hard for us as fans to convince ourselves after the starting pitcher goes out that the hitters are going to turn it up. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But luckily, today they did. And our boy Tom Murphy, let's go. If he didn't get 3 hits today, we're not at the score that we are today right now. Big fucking facts. Yeet. Yeah, I got all kinds of people messaging me right now. I was like, turn the game on, bro. Turn it on. Fuck your work. Fuck your couch. Fuck you, boss. Turn that on. Hide it. Go to the bathroom. Watch the game. What are you doing in there? 30-minute shit? I'm watching the game. Fuck it. Do what you got to do. Let's go. But also, too, like I was mentioning, just because that happened doesn't mean that we're going to hang on and win. There's been times like where we've been down 3-0, then we're up 5-3, and then all of a sudden the Red Sox or whoever has a good inning in the 7th, 8th, or 9th, and then we lose 6-5 in dramatic fashion, and it's fucking heart-wrenching, fucking heartbreaking, but it is what it is. Yeah. Great little, and like I said, it was us just chipping away. So just to give you a quick breakdown on how the game went. So initially, Duran homered to left, right? Wong scored, and not Colton Wong. We were down 2-0, and that was in the top of the 3rd. Then in the top of the 5th, Yoshida reached on an infield single to the shortstop. Wong scored, Chang to 3rd, 3-0. Fuck my life, right? Then Raleigh homered and got us going. Suarez was on board, 3-2. Right? Then Marlowe singled to center. Canzone scored. Murphy to 3rd, 3-3. Then Julio singled to left off a broken bat. Murphy scored. Caballero to 3rd, 4-3. Then Suarez singled to right. Caballero scored. Rodriguez to 3rd. And then we're sitting at 5-3. So it's just about getting multiple hits and doing that more than in one inning in a game. You got to be able to get, 2-3 hits. And again, the magic number for the Mariners, what have I said all year? 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. Prior to these 2 good innings, 2 runs in the 6th, 3 in the 7th. Prior to that, when we were in the 5th inning, right, we had 2 hits total, no runs. And then in the matter of 2 innings, we're at 10 hits and 5 runs. And that's the magic number. So as long as the pitching is good, we're going to win this game. Facts, baby. The sports gods, they're like, this guy works way too hard. Yeah, see, ESP, I already knew, dude. Come on, bro. I got it up here. Sarah in the building. What's good? Ty France in the box. Good to hear. I figured at some point that you might be able to get home before the game ended. Hope you had a good day. I know it's been a rough week for you. Yeah, and anything that we can do to win against the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Angels are coming up right after this, right? It's very crucial. Ohtani's tomorrow. right? We have to win as many as possible. 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. So that way that we can, by luck, a sliver of a chance, catch up to the Blue Jays for that last spot in the wild card and then battle it out for the last spot. But that's easier said than done. 10 and donos. Let's get to a hundo. Let's do it, baby. 90 to go. Bathroom boy. I knew it. Hey, I got to keep it real though. I got to keep it honest and real. There has been games where we've been down 3-0. We have a good inning, right? And things go good. Get him. Safe. Yes. There we go. 6-3 Mariners. Wow. So we go right there. So we have a runner trying to steal second. He stops in the middle of his tracks, halfway there. Then the guy that was on third goes home, which I believe is Julio, and then he ends up sliding in home and misses the tag. Unbelievable base running by the Mariners. 6-3 Seattle. I don't think I've seen that play all year. Like, imagine if you're at first base and then you take off, and then all of a sudden you look at the pitcher and you just stop. They're like, what the fuck is he doing? Then Julio's creeping from behind, gets a jump, and then slides in. And then you get a weak throw from second base to home because they see Julio going, and then we get in. It finally works in our favor. Now that debacle when we had Kirby, when he ended up, the throw to second, the throw to third, the throw to home, and then we ended up losing 1-0, early on. But then we came back and won that game. So reflect with a fiver. $5 holla, baby. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. And guess what's tomorrow? You already know what it is. NFL football. Jets and the Browns. The Hall of Fame game, baby. Let me know what you want to see for photo. I got you. Throw to first. And that is the end of the 7th inning. Damage is done. 6-3 Mariners. What an incredible inning there. I don't think I've seen that play all year, though. Maybe that should be something in our repertoire, though. Because we're not good with guys on first and third. We're not good with guys just on first. We're not good with guys on first and second. We're great with bases loaded. Top 2 in the whole entire Major League Baseball with the Dodgers, right? We actually might be number 1 now based on what we've done the last couple games. I have to look in the stats at Baseball Reference, okay? But to be able to steal a bag, get caught, but just be dumb and just look at them. Just stop halfway. And then all of a sudden, Julio's creeping from third. And they noticed about a split second too late. Throw was a little wild, and we got that extra cheap run. And that extra cheap run might be the difference from us winning this game. Instead of it being maybe tied 5-5 going into the 9th, maybe we end up winning 6-5. I mean, I hope that we don't give up any more, but this is the Mariners that we're talking about. So that was crazy. Crazy, baby. Well, it will be interesting to see who we have close. Eventually, you would think it would be Munoz. So you got Topa, you got Munoz, Saucedo, you got all these other guys, Brash, but Brash is usually early. Brash, Topa, and then we'll have to kind of see where they go, with it. But I am interested to see who is going to be the regular closer. Is Munoz going to be the regular setup man, second to last guy, or will they transition him to be the Seawald? We'll find out. What a great play and what a great day. Sauer's in there on the porta pot, just sitting there. Boss is wondering where the hell he is. Been in there watching the game for the last 30 minutes, knocking on the door. He said, I'm having an emergency. A Mariner emergency. Oh, let's go, baby. Yeah, as a Mariner fan, I don't know if I like Munoz closing. I know that he can do it, but he's not that reliable. He's not like Seawald where it's like the reliability factor. Munoz can throw 100 to 102, but what's happened when, he doesn't hit his spots? We give up home runs, and that's deadly. You're not giving up singles with Munoz, you're giving up home runs. That's a big difference. So we'll see. Julio stole home, and my buddies, my Mariner fans, is like, who does he think he is? Benny from the Sandlot? Oh shit. Spire in the building. Let's go. Let's go, Gabe. Keep it moving. One away. Yeah, we just have to be able to call it how we see it. It's like if you're doing it based off name recognition, it's like when we had like Edwin Diaz, you're like, oh my God. But then with Munoz, it's like he's a name, but he hasn't really been consistent. He gives up a lot more than he did last year. He's not as intimidating. I feel like hitters are not intimidated by him, just like pitchers are no longer intimidated by Julio. Nobody is. Like we know he can make plays, but he doesn't have that same intimidation factor. You have to be consistent. Consistency is the game, not only here on YouTube for me, right, but in general for these players. You got to be consistent. Oh, JP bobbles it, but he's like, guess what? I'm JP Crawford. No problem. Good job, JP, with the bobble. No problem. I really love JP's emergence too. Like I said, I thought that he was one of those guys that could get to 250 to 270 in batting average. It took him a while, but he's finally there. And the defense, for the most part, has been pretty phenomenal. No more AJ Pollock. No more Colton Wong. That was the Wong move. Teoscar will get moved at the end of the year. We'll have Calzone, Mr. Kenzone. We'll end up having him replace that particular spot unless we get someone else. It's just that we need to get fired. We need to fire Dipoto. If we're going to keep Service, fire Dipoto and find someone that actually knows baseball statistics. Because you brought in 3 guys and you're trying to get rid of all of them already. It hasn't even been 1 year. And 2 of the guys are already gone by the trade deadline. And honestly, you were trying to get rid of all 3. So what does that say about Dipoto? Idiot. We're actually lucky to be above 500 at this point based off his dumbass moves. Yeah, Brash is like the George Kirby version of mid reliever. It's more about location. Sometimes with a little speed, but it's more location, right? Trying to get ahead of the count. Munoz is, kind of like a Bryce Miller or like a Castillo, just trying to blow it past everybody. But as we've seen, just because you can throw 100 doesn't mean you're going to get, KKK, and another K and another K and another K. It doesn't work like that, even for the best relievers. Like it would be nice if we could just rely on a guy coming in the 9th and boom, you get 2 Ks or 3 and then you're good to go. But I mean, again, I looked up the stat line and I'm sharing it with some of the people earlier. As of today, there's only 11 baseball players in Major League Baseball that are batting over 300. So it makes me feel a little bit better than for the Mariners as a whole, batting 230 as a team is dog shit, but there's only 11 players, 4 in the National League, 7 in the American League. And in past years, if you look it up, we used to have like 30, 40. So it's a big drop off. It's crazy. It's our guy, Tom Murphy. It's our guy, Reflect. I may throw up a couple of vintage photos up. While we're waiting here, we had a little meeting on the mound with Gabe. Appreciate you, Reflect. That's my favorite, Randy. What a fucking camera angle. There we go. So we had Jared Kelenic, for a good chunk of the first 50 games, right around that 300 and hovering above. Then we had Ty France for like about a week, and now we got Tom Murphy at 302. See, your boy knows, man. I'm always doing the due diligence, and I'm always going to give you the deep diving on the stats and the research, while all these other YouTubers are just copying what they hear off the television. You got to be able to dig a little deeper. So now it's only 10. Wow. But was that including Tom Murphy, though? Murphy's now at 302, so we'll have to take a look. And there was a couple people that were just at 300 or just under, 297, 298, 300, 302. For guys that are up like 320 and above, then it goes even lower. Devas with a hit. Fuck. Yeah, at this point, even though Mike Ford, was hot at one point, if Cal's going to be the catcher, the DH for the Mariners for the rest of the season should be Tom Murphy. I don't give a shit. That's what it should be. I like Mike Ford and when he was able to give us a little spark when he did, but he's been ice cold lately and he can't really play a whole lot of positions. I get it. But if Murphy's going to be the better hitter, there's no purpose of having Mike Ford DH. You can have him as a pinch hitter and see if he can prove himself, as the year goes on. But if it's me and I'm not Scott Service, obviously we know Scott, he thinks he knows everything, right? So we'll see on how it goes. But I'm not sure if I can trust Scott Service. I want to trust him, but can I trust him? That's the big question. Can I trust you? I mean, anytime with someone that has a photo that looks like this, can we trust this face? You tell me. Would you trust Scott Service? Not necessarily with your life, but with good decisions for your favorite ball club. Would you trust this face? I wouldn't. Fucking Scott. But DePoto's worse, so it is what it is. I'm going to make the right decisions. And he's made some pretty good decisions. He's put Tom Murphy in at DH at certain times when he's been hot. But now it's like a no-brainer, especially if he's been so good. It's got to be Tom or nothing, And hell, if we end up getting to a point where Tom ends up being the regular catcher and Cal's the DH, fuck it. Go that route. Even though that, sometimes Cal is, dog shit and he's not good. But as of late, against the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, it's batting very good. Batting very good. Let's go. 6-3 Mariners. All right. Duvall is up. We'll see what happens here. Are they making another change? Let's look at the pitcher. So now they're going with Topa. Figured they were. We're good. I do like Topa. Yeah, pitching is definitely our strong suit. The hitting needs to be so much better, and hopefully we'll have proper people to evaluate our team in the future. Yeah, I know. It's just depressing. But that's just crazy out of how many baseball players, and there's only 10 total. It shows you the game has changed, and then the pitching hasn't been better. Yeah, but Dipoto and Service, there's always been going to be rumblings, in the Pacific Northwest, whether it be with Schneider and Pete Carroll, Dipoto and Scott Service, you know what I mean? But I feel at least on the Seahawks side, they proved themselves that they don't deserve to be fired, that they've done a good job in the last 2 years. But if you didn't have a really good draft last year, there would have been a lot more rumbles, a lot more rumbling with those two guys, right? And then with these two guys, obviously, I feel that most of the Mariner fans are already ready for a change. I can't speak for every Mariner fan, but I think most are already over Dipoto, and I think half like Service, and the other half are like kind of on the fence. Which I think is realistic. There's been good, Scott Service, and there's also been bad decisions, Scott Service. But with Dipoto, there hasn't been anything good. It's just been straight dog shit. I mean, doesn't know how to evaluate talent. But the sad thing is, if we fire Dipoto, what happens if we get someone worse? That's my fear. Is there someone out there worse than Dipoto? There is. They're out there. Come on, Topa, 3-0 count. Let's go. Get out of this inning. Right down the middle. for a strike. What a comeback for the Mariners, down 3-0, and then being able to rifle off 6 in the last couple innings. Let's go. Non-MLB related celebrity. Are you talking about like being a fan? What are you talking about? Are you talking about like a famous actor or actress or like rapper like representing the Mariners? Something like that? Or are you talking about like someone that could be implemented into the starting lineup? I don't think there. I mean, it's one thing to be like Bad Bunny or Pat McAfee or fucking Paul, and go to WWE and doing things. But I don't know. I mean, baseball is one of the hardest sports to play. Period. Besides golf, I don't think there's any celebrities that you're going to be able to bring in. You're not going to be able to bring in Drake and he's going to give us 300. Throw to third. Get him. Got him. Good job, Gino. Let's go, baby. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Good defense by Gino. Electric, baby. Kyler Murray. Gosh. I mean, Murray's got potential, but again, it's like you have to want it. You have to have work ethic and you have to be able to respect your coaches and your players and not think about baseball, not think about playing fucking video games and being a professional gamer. If Kyler actually went to a good scenario, like let's say the Niners, and he actually listened to, Shanahan and John Lynch, Kyler could like transform his career. You know what I mean? But again, that's not likely to happen. We'll see what happens with Kyler Murray. But sometimes, you have guys that have this potential, but if they don't want it and they're not very coachable and you're on a shitty team with shitty coaches, sometimes you're just gonna, kind of cap out. You're gonna hit your ceiling. And even though you're a popular name, I don't think anyone ever thinks that Kyler's ever going to be a top 5 quarterback. Now, there is a possibility if he goes to another team that he could be considered a fringe top 10 quarterback. But I think there's many, many quarterbacks I would want right now other than Kyler Murray. And the Cardinals are going to be one of the worst teams in baseball with or without him. That's facts. Fucking Kyler Murray. And then it sounds like Preston might come through for SummerSlam, which will be on Saturday. So tomorrow, the Mariners play the Angels. Shohei Ohtani is pitching, but I'm going to do the Hall of Fame game and watch the Mariner game at the same time. So I'll give updates on both. And I'll the football game, give the updates with the Mariners and Ohtani. And then we'll have another game on Friday for the Mariners. And then on, I guess, the Angels. And then Saturday, we'll have SummerSlam. But Preston sounds like he wants to come over and watch it together, which I don't blame him. He came last year when I was at the old place for SummerSlam. And the card looks good besides Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. That one will get booed. Everyone will go take a piss, shit, eat, go get a snack. No one's going to give a shit about that match. And then they took Becky and Trish off the card like they did with Seth and Riddle the previous year. But, again, they used to be a tag team, but that's going to be the worst match of the night. But everything else on the card looks phenomenal. Just like AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Bottom of the 8, 6-3. Dominic Canzone. Little dribbler to first. Underhand throw. One away. I like Dom. Hopefully he can end up making a piece of our rotation and continue to get better. He's only a rookie. And once we get rid of Teoscar at the end of the year, this will probably be our right fielder, unless we end up getting another shitty right fielder that we overpay for, that leads the league in strikeouts, or leads at least the American League in strikeouts. So we'll see what happens. And I'm speaking of Teoscar Hernandez. He needs to go back to the Blue Jays. Next up, Tom Murphy. 3 for 3. Can he make it 4 for 4? Throw to first? No, he can't. 2 away. And now the momentum is starting to slow down a little bit. And it won't be Cade Marlowe. Looks like it'll be Jose Caballero. Come on, Jose. Touchdown, Mariners. Yeah, but I'll do quite a bit of preseason games, probably more than most people on YouTube. So I don't know how many I'm going to do, but I'm going to try to pump out on those days, like on a Saturday or Sunday when we have like, a bunch. I'll try to do 2 or 3 if I can. I mean, I don't want to leave Paisley hanging and whatnot, but we definitely need to recover from the first part of 2023, and we need to get back on track and finish strong, and we need to get past 20K. We're only like 150 subs away, so. And I'll probably, I don't know if I'll do reaction videos for some of the preseason action, but if I have time, why not? I mean, it's not going to be as meaningful, but if it can help us get subs and views and possible donos, fuck it. 2-0 pitch in the zone for a strike, 2-1 count. Two-one pitch. Pitch is inside. 3-1 count. Take the walk, Jose. Come on, baby. Chop foul. 3-2 count. Count is full. I'm just glad we had a prototypical crazy-eyed Tom Murphy day. Because if it wasn't for him going 3 for 3 and kind of starting the momentum with Uncle Mo, right, we would not be where we're at right now. We probably would be sitting at 3-0 still, or maybe 3-1 if we were lucky. Shout out to Tom Murphy. Me and Reflect, we love him. Cabanero strikes out looking. What's new? End of the 8th inning, and now we have 3 outs away from a Mariner dub and a series victory. Let's go. But I'm going to try to do a lot of the preseason. And I know it's preseason, but every once in a while, you'll find like a Kenny Golladay. I remember I watched him in preseason before, he was on the Lions, before he became a name. And I was like, who the fuck is this Kenny Golladay? And he was tearing it up. And then sometimes those little guys turn into like notable names. And, we're going to have Zach Wilson, obviously QBing. It's not going to be Aaron Rodgers. But obviously I feel that with Aaron Rodgers' kind of mentorship, we should see a increase in play out of Zach Wilson, at least a little. Maybe not a lot. He probably will never be a starter ever again in this league, but maybe a fill-in starter, a backup, instead of just being a guy driven out of the league, pick number 2 overall. A lot of guys, they have a lot of, high hopes. But again, it's a what have you done for me type of league lately. And I've been watching Trey Lance in practice. That guy sucks. I mean, the guy can't hit a target. I still think that there's a little bit there. But, I mean, if you can't even hit normal throws, you might not, they wasted a lot for you. And they thought you might be the guy, but it shows you just because you invest multiple draft picks and everything else for a guy doesn't mean it's going to be the guy. Sometimes guys get hurt. Another guy emerges like Brock Purdy, and that might end up being the guy. So it's crazy. Football is fucking wild, and we're going to get to watch a little bit tomorrow. I'm ready. All right, last chance for the Red Sox. Leading off 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K. A dangerous hitter. First baseman, Triston Casas. He's yawning at the score. Batting second baseman, Christian Arroyo, who's 0 for 3. And batting third, 1 for 3, catcher Connor Wong. And Munoz is the closer. So now this is the very first game based off the new rotation that they're going through our regular kind of format, set up guys, and then, the mid relievers, the setup guy in the 8th, and then going to Munoz in the 9th. So this looks like this is going to be what we're going to be accustomed to since Sewald is no longer on the team. I actually wouldn't mind Topa or Munoz for the last guy, honestly. Here's our new closer. Let him know. Daniel in the building. What's good? Yeah. And plus, I think if the Mariners were actually better this year, we would have had more bandwagon people. or just fans in general. I think we would have had a much better results if the Mariners played like they did last year. You know, but again, I'm going to be doing Mariners for the rest of my life. So hopefully we can string a couple playoff years together, and then that'll help us with the growth as well. Is it possible for the Red Sox to win? Of course. Anybody can beat anyone on any given fucking day, right? But the way the momentum has shifted, and with Munoz on the mound, it's very highly unlikely. Now, if we were only up 4-3, I would be scared. But since we're up 3, I think there's a good chance that we got this. Just being real, James. But again, if you can get 3 batters on in consecutive order, anything can happen. I mean, we were down 3-0 for 5 innings, and it looked like, fuck it. I guess we'll wait till Ohtani for tomorrow, but again, all you got to do is have 1 inning or 2 where you can get 3 consecutive hits in a row, or 3 guys on, a hit by a pitch, a walk, and a single, whatever the scenario is. And then you can't leave those guys stranded. We're not like the fucking Dodgers and the Braves where we can have bases loaded, 2 guys on, 2 guys on. When we leave guys stranded, it hurts more because we can't hit. But the magic number for the Mariners from the very beginning of the year, and I've said it from the very beginning, is 5 hits. 7 hits to 10 hits and 5 runs. And as you can look on the board, what are we at? We're at 6 runs. So we're in the wheelhouse there. And what are we at hits? Exactly 10. And that's exactly where you want to be if you're a Mariner fan. 7 to 10 hits and 5 runs or more. But when we don't get 7 to 10 hits, where we get 5 hits or less, or 5 runs or less, where we hit like 4 runs or less, we're fucked. 99% of the time. So pitches outside, 1-0 count. Let's go, Munoz. Come on, baby. Mariner Moose, we need this. Big swing and a miss. The electric Munoz, don't give up homers. Don't do this to me. Oh, we're going to win. We're going to win. I feel I keep it really 100. Like I said, I'm always going to keep it everything honest, genuine, no bias. Regardless if we're doing good or we're not, criticism is deserved, for other teams and your own team and your own favorite players. It's like you get at some of these Mariner fans that are not acknowledging that Julio has not been good this year. It's like, yeah, I get it. He should have been on MLB The Show over Jazz Chisholm. He's on the cover of Topps baseball cards. He's popular. He's in the fucking home run derby, but that doesn't mean he's having a good year. Just being real. And I'm the biggest Julio fan. 1-2 pitch. Got him. Nasty. Munoz with a K. Mariner Moose loves that shit. Let's go, baby. Yeah. All right, 1 out away. This game is ours. I agree, Jacob. Yeah, drop a like. Help your boy out. Seems like everyone when I do streams that are non-football related, like the effort as a group is not there. It's like I'm grinding, and something as little as doing something like that, 7 days a week, doing baseball, basketball, football, hockey, NASCAR, wrestling. Show your boy some love. All it takes is a little bit of effort. It's like when you go on Facebook, you either like the post or you don't. And you keep scrolling. It takes fucking 1 second. 1-1 pitch. In the zone, baby. No, we got this. This game is already over. Pitches outside, 2-2 count. All right, no worries. Hope you feel better, and I'll see you soon. And again, I'll be doing the Jets and the Browns for the Hall of Fame game tomorrow. I'm super excited for that. Hopefully, we'll get a decent turnout, and I'll be debuting my new look for the football streams tomorrow. I got some nice 1970 Topps football cards. Got him. Let's go. Good job. Good series win. And we got the Angels and Ohtani tomorrow. So we had to win that game. You got to take, especially when you were battling in the wild card, with the Red Sox and the Angels and the Yankees. Dance, fellas, dance. Final score Mariners 6, Red Sox 3, and we were down 3-0, and that's fucking baseball, I guess, huh? Unbelievable. Mariners win, Mariners win, Mariners win. Dance, baby, dance. Let's go. Good shit. We needed that really bad. What a good comeback. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's one of those things where, did I have a little self doubt that we would come back in this game? Yeah, I did. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just give up. But I mean, when you watch every single game of every single year, you kind of have an idea on how things are going to happen. But big, big win. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Paisley is still with the X today, but I should be getting her tomorrow about an hour before the Hall of Fame game, and then I'll be able to be a normal human being again. So, final score: Mariners 6, Red Sox 3. Big, big, big win. I hope you guys end up having a great rest of your afternoon and day. And again, I will be live tomorrow at 5 p.m. for the Hall of Fame game between the New York Football JTS Jets and the Cleveland Browns. And I got one question for you. Will you talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Okay.